Give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my people. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber?
Yeah. On 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man, busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and their head with that shit.
Fine in, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel, he nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They say you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin. No kindness, I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. In the field like Jeepers Creepers, say they want some smoke, dawg. So I brought these chimney sweeps. Coming like we coming, you can't even cap. These niggas don't run it like we run it, bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till them do us part. So if you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, fine in. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel, he nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a man, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. I heard they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rate for real. Take over in effect, yeah, I'm fully focused. You might not see it on me, just know it's women, that bitch fully loaded. Ooh, yeah, we up and rolling. Told them I need major motion. Think I'm joking, I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust, now I'm too clean, don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dawg? Guns and butter, baby boy. U.P.K top, dawg. Certified road runner. I'ma turn that econ line van to a damn tank. I got choppers stashed in the attic like they in Frank. They had that shit on lock till I snapped on them like bolt cutters. You cannot play both sides, gotta choose your colors. See him throwing that one up with that W, that's my blood, bro. Fine in, I ain't show no mercy, I'm
We good?
Yes, sir.
Let's clap it up. Yahweh Shem Shabrak Yahweh Shemala Thun by Shem Yahweh Shai. You all know tonight, usual scripture breakdown. Lock this make sure it's locked. It looked like it slid a little bit. You all know tonight, usual scripture breakdown in DC, right? You all know next week, Thursday, Thursday, December the 8th. That's next week, Thursday. Jeremiah Hyman gonna be down in DC doing the scripture breakdown. You're all invited. Y'all come on down, DC school. We're gonna be hosting the general doing the scripture breakdown. Also tonight, 9 p.m. You'll check out Command and General YAHANNA live on Blackwatch. You'll like, subscribe, share that thing everywhere, man. Send them likes up, go in the comment section. You know what I mean? Hit the general up, heal them out. You know what I mean? Say, type your questions in. Let's try and run this algorithm off the damn cliff. You know what I mean? I don't know. These damn sodomites up in these what do you call them? Not websites. The social media companies. You know what I mean? They have a damn math problem, restricting you, which is what an algorithm really is. It's a math equation. An elaborate math equation that's saying what you could say and what you can't say. The Lord give you a goddamn mouth. F the algorithm. Right? So you'll go up there, flood that whole thing, get them likes, all the way up. Tell a friend, tell your children, tell everybody. You'll get in there and rock the whole thing out, man. He's the only man saying anything worth listening to right now anyway. You know what I mean? Jews being black, the suffering of the Jews, who are the real Jews, the incarceration of the Jews, the immigration problem of the real Jews. You know what I mean? He's the only man, sticking to what Christ laid down, Christ's program. Everybody else, all mutual funds are not the same. You know what I mean? All mutual funds are not the same. With the real deal, I.S.U.P.K, straight outer Harlem, New York, 1 West, 125th Street, 1969, man. Rocking this truth for, forever. You know what I mean? So we're going to get into it tonight. If anybody had any questions, y'all could get them in. There's some questions in the room. I'll get to them. And if anybody online has questions, please type them in. We also have a call-in number. See if you could find a banner to keep it up on the screen for the majority of the class. All right, or switch it back and forth. You could call in, and we'll hear you. You could ask a question directly, especially for some more elaborate question that I might ask you more things back and forth. See if you could do that. All right. And I believe that's about it. Salakia. Big up Captain Gadalha and Officer Shabal. Captain Gadalha, Officer Shabal gonna be holding it down out there in Vegas. Everybody flying out, heading out there to Las Vegas for the West Coast cookout. You know what I mean? We're gonna light that whole thing up. Starting tomorrow, scripture breakdown class with Jeremiah Hyman is going to be at 7 p.m. Vegas time, which is 10 p.m. East Coast time. So tomorrow night's scripture breakdown class will not be at the usual 7 p.m., but it'll be at 10 p.m. All right? They have a 3-hour difference. Don't worry, you stay up for more bullshit. You know what I mean? So 10 p.m. ain't no big deal. So you'll lock in, tune into it. Friday, I believe, is camp. Saturday is the cookout. I forget what Sunday is. Anybody have the flyer? If anybody have the flyer, just run it down. What they got going on. Go ahead.
It's Thursday, December 1st, scripture breakdown with Jeremiah Hyman. 7 p.m. their time. What's 10 p.m. East Coast time. And then following that is the West Coast radio. And that's at 10, 11, 12. 1 a.m. 1 a.m. East Coast time.
Right, and I believe the West Coast radio is going to come together with the Cross the Line. Right, so Cross the Line West Coast radio probably going to be at 1 a.m. our time, the usual time. All right, 1 a.m. our time, because the time difference. I could verify that, if you need to. Go ahead.
And Friday, December 2nd is camp at 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then they have the after party, which is at 8 p.m. until Then Saturday, December 3rd.
Do they have a location for the after party? I believe they have a location.
It's not on the flyer.
It's not on there. Ain't no sweat. Yeah, once again, if you're down there, just get in contact with Captain Gadalha, Officer Shabala, anywhere of them West Coast soldiers, man. There's some good solid brothers out there. Kwamal, Korak. You know what I mean? Anybody who are against like Fabuwan, main man Fabuwan, you know what I mean? Malakama, Lahab, Kazakia, yeah, good soldiers down there. Issachar gonna be out there heavy. You know what I mean? We're gonna go down there and take over the whole strip, UPK style, you know what I mean? What else you have? That's it?
Saturday, December 3rd, we have West Coast barbecue from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Right. The barbecues is Saturday, Barack.
If I could, just revert to the last thing that was just mentioned. We had some online questions from Olivia Arnold asking, what's the address for the next cookout out in Vegas?
Is the address on there?
Live, sir.
Okay, whoever is asking the question, just contact any of the schools on the West Coast and they'll give you the address, right? I just know it's Vegas. That's all. Just drop me in the middle there where the cactus is. I'll find the cookout, right? But it's Vegas. So just contact any one of those West Coast schools. You're going to get the address, all right? What else we have on, Bakwash?
The last one is the after party. It's going to be at the club from 8 p.m. until the club's not specified on the flyer. Yeah,
I believe it's locked down. I believe they have a whole zone locked down. How the UPK always do it. Sunday, have anything there listed for Sunday? Sunday's a free day. You could travel back if you need to, or you could they should have some ground events. It might be the range or something like that on Sunday. All right, and that's about it. All right, so what we getting into? What we got?
So far, that was the only question
No sweat.
So far. I had a question myself, but it's off topic.
No sweat. Hold on. Bakwash, let me hear you.
Can I get a general breakdown on Revelation 7 and 9? Christians are saying, calling this this is the reason everybody can be saved.
This is the reason everybody could be saved.
They're using this scripture as saying this is calling for everybody to be saved.
Okay. Hold on one second. You said Revelations what?
Revelation 7 and 9.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Bakwash, go ahead with it.
This is Revelation chapter 7, verse 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands.
All right, listen, that's the scripture I was looking for. You back it up, turn off the lights. Let's go back into the world. That's the one I needed. Because I'm sitting here, I'm like, we dressing all this weird way, speaking this damn language. And in the end, all the shit we doing don't matter. Everybody's still gonna come in. So what the fuck we doing? I mean, why are we even here? Shit. With that, if that's the case, right? Why do you have to do anything? It's ridiculous. All right, let's read it one more time.
It's Revelation chapter 7, verse 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands.
Okay. And what are they saying exactly?
The Christians are saying this is how they're saying everybody can be saved, because everybody's going to be coming before the throne.
Okay.
And everybody, all people, all nations, all languages are going to come before the throne, and they're going to be worshiping the Most High, and they're going to be saved. This is what Christians are saying.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And because of the all nations.
All
right, cool. Okay. 1 second, Salaki, brother. Okay. All right. Read it one more time again.
Revelation chapter 7, verse 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands.
And palms in their hands. And white robes and palms in their hand, clothed with everybody. Okay, give me the okay, they might not accept the Apocrypha. Go ahead, Shapat.
If I may, precept.
Let me hear you.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 22. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all, and they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all.
That's not good enough, because it says two kingdoms, two nations, but here it says of all nations. And they're going to say that's the Old Testament. Remember, he's saying as a Christian he battled. Right, where is it? 12 and 9? 7 and 9? Okay. You got to cut them right here in the New Testament. All right? Okay. So this is where we're going. You're going to take them up to verse 1. Right? That's where really, when you're battling a Christian, you don't need to, I mean, how to describe it? You ever see Mayweather fight them bums who fighting him now? Does he do anything spectacular? Basic boxing. 1 foot in the tire, jab, and spin. That's it. He win the fight. When you're battling a Christian, brother, you don't need to do nothing elaborate. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They don't know the Bible. They don't know what the verse above says. Why would you go anywhere else? You get the point? Very rarely you have to go anywhere else. Keep them 1 foot in the tire, just like boxing, because they like to, as you answer this, they're going to go somewhere else and they'll go, chase you, have you chase them around. So let's go 7 and 1.
Revelation chapter 7 and 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
Right? So you ask them, who is this speaking here? Who is this speaking here?
This is John the Revelator.
This is John the Revelator. So you ask them that first. Who is speaking here? Some of them will know, some of them may not know. If they don't know, of course, now you know you have them. You don't even know who talking here. How could you know what this verse means? If they do know, right, John the Revelator, and he's seeing a vision. And in this vision, this is what he's seeing. Read on.
Verse 2. And I saw another angel ascending from the east.
Hold on.
Just have a quick question. Verse 1. Just for my want to know about the holding the 4 winds.
No sweat. Read it again.
And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, and that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. The winds here represent destruction, right? So just imagine like a hurricane, and an angel is holding back the winds like a wall, but the wind is plagues and war and famine and murder and disease, and it's destruction. It's volcanoes and earthquakes, and they're holding back the 4 winds in the Bible, similar to the 4 corners of the earth, but it's not literally 4 corners. And flat earthers use that to say, yeah, how could a circle have 4 corners or sphere? But it's old English talk for 70 times 7. It's not literal,
but that was a sort of number of a lot or enough, like 7 days. It took a long time. So when they say 4 corners, just saying all around the earth, north, south, east, west. 4. You get the point? All the 4 corners encompassing the whole earth, they holding back destruction to not hurt anything yet, right? The precept you want for this is where hurt none of them till the 144 is sealed in their forehead. That's what you want for this one right here. It might be right here too, right? Keep reading them. You understand now?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Verse 2. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels.
What's the seal of the living God? That's what you'd ask the Christian. What's the seal of the living God?
Is it the truth?
What's this? That's the seal of the living God, right? Your precept is in the Apocrypha. For your understanding, they ain't going to accept that. But that's the seal, where they say the heathens took our holy seal and defamed it. That's what the Jewish man did. That's our shield he has, and he done polluted it. That's in the Apocrypha. The holy seal. A seal is something you would put on a letter, right? And you close the letter down, you melt the hot wax, you put the wax there, and you take the ring. You take your ring or a stamp that's embossed with the same thing, and you seal it. So now your messenger, he can't open it because the seal would be broken. And then you take it to whoever, and everybody know, okay, this seal came from this king. Now this angel is coming bearing the seal of the living power. What's his seal, his symbol? Is this, right? Go ahead. And he cried with a loud voice.
And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea. Verse 3, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads.
You understand? So that's really what it is. Like, this world is going through hell right now. It's not as much hell as would happen if that 144,000 was sealed. That's how you know the Christians don't have it. Muslims don't have it. This is the 144,000 is being built right now. And you still can't count it. That's in Thessalonians, I believe. Because some of that 144,000 is where? Dead in the grave. That they're coming out the grave. You get the point? So this is what's going on. This is the whole backdrop. And you're asking the Christian this, right? Because it's leading up to verse 9. All right, go ahead.
Verse 4, and I heard the number
now remember, the ones who sealed in their foreheads is that multitude in white that he talking about. That's the one who's going to gather before the Lord. A multitude out of all nations, right? So let's see who this multitude is. Go ahead.
Verse 4, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
Of who?
All the tribes of the children of Israel.
Of the children of who?
Of Israel.
That's it. It's not coming from everybody. Right. It's coming from all the tribes of the children of Israel. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000.
Of the tribe of Judah was sealed 12,000. You ask him, where is Judah? Who is Judah?
Negroes.
And where are the Negroes?
Scattered everywhere in the world.
The Negroes are in North America. They're in the nation of America. Keep reading.
Of the tribe of Reuben were sealed 12,000.
Who's Reuben?
Reuben is
Seminole.
The Seminole Indians.
Seminole Indians. And where are the Seminole Indians?
North America.
In the nation of America. Keep reading.
Of the tribe of Gad were sealed 12,000.
Who's Gad? Yeah, ask a Christian. Who's Gad? The native, so-called native Indians, who would not be the Seminole Indians, but the ones from North Dakota. Who's from up there? The Blackfoot and stuff, I think, is Seminole. What's the other ones? The Lumdi? Lumdi is South too? Lumdi tribe. What's the other ones up there? The Sioux. The Sioux and them, they would be Gad. You get the point? The ones from further up north. I believe the Seminole Indians is the lower part of America. Right? Keep going.
Verse 6. Of the tribe Asher were sealed 12,000.
All right. Who is Asher?
Like Columbia to
to Uruguay. Brazil, Asher. Venezuela, Asher. Colombia, Asher. Bolivia, Asher. Uruguay, Asher. Who else is in there? Peru. Peru might be Naphtali, right? All that's Asher. Where they located? In South America, in the nations of Brazil, Colombia, Uruguay. Let's keep going. What verse we at? 6. Keep reading on.
Of the tribe of Naphtali.
Naphtali.
Were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe Manasseh.
Right, who's Naphtali?
That's South America. Peru to Argentina.
Argentina to Chile. So is Argentina, Chile, and I believe Peru that sits right on top of them, because Argentina and Chile really is that south peninsula. It's like split in half, right? I think the Andes split them in half, if I'm not mistaken, right? And they are in South America and they have their nation, right? But there's Israelites in that nation, right? Keep going.
Of the tribe of Manasseh were sealed 12,000.
Who's Manasseh?
Cuba.
The Cubans today, right? And where they're located? In an island called Cuba. It used to be called Havana, right? Those native people there are the tribe of Manasseh. And you just run it all the way down. Zebulun, Levi, Joseph, Benjamin, all the way down, right? And they were all 12,000 from each tribe. That's what makes up the 144,000, right? So he said, don't harm the earth until we seal the Lord's servant. And who is the Lord's servant? We say, I heard the number of them which were sealed was 144,000 of Judah, of who's he say after? Reuben, of Gad, Ephraim, this one. So he's describing who's getting sealed. And now he see from that, as he telling you what he's seeing, the angel saying, the angel holding back the earth, and another angel bearing the seal saying, don't harm nobody here until we seal the 12,000 from each tribe. Then he sees right there another vision. Read on now, verse 9.
Verse 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations, and kindreds, and people, and tongues, stood before the throne, and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes, and palms in their hands. That
great multitude is who we just read about before. Right? That great multitude of all nations coming out of America, coming out of Brazil, coming out of Puerto Rico, coming out of UK, coming out of Belgium, coming out of France, coming out of Argentina, coming out of Chile, coming out of Russia. Right. That great nation, that's the nations they're coming out. When they say coming, of all nations and kindreds and families, right? Similar families, and people of all sorts of people, of tongues. What is tongues? Languages. Right. Brazilians speak Portuguese, different from the Portuguese in Portugal. Ephraim speaks Spanish, not like the Spanish in Spain, not like the Spanish in the Dominican Republic, and it's not like the Spanish in Argentina, of different tongues. Judah speaks English and can't understand a Benjamite speaking the same goddamn English. Christian, what is you talking about? How does this translate into everybody? You're going to have people coming out of China, not Chinese people, but Israelites living in China. You could pull up right now on the internet. See if you can find a video. If it's too slow, let me know. I could do it up here. There's a video of a sister in China. Her father was in the military, went down there and tied fire to some old Moabite tail. Lord be with him. And of course, once she done get the fire, she turned on the brother and he left her. But his daughter is down there. And this sister looks like a sister from anywhere in America. And they ask her a question, they put the mic to her, and it's, and that's how she talks. And she described how hard it is to live in China because it's such a homogeneous nation. And the only Chinese, they don't have much people, and she had to struggle and fight and prove herself. She entered some beauty competition and win down there, and people was mad that how they could let this black girl win. But she's black. They ask her, well, who's her favorite song? To the left, she loved Beyonce. She's a nigga coming out of a nation speaking a different tongue. This is not talking about every single body. It's not talking about everybody. You think some more bite who eating children and worshiping Buddha for years gonna get a white robe and come before the Lord? White signifies what? Purity, right? The Lord ain't marrying these hoes that you all be marrying out here. That's for the Christian. Right? The Lord want a pure nation. So his people who coming back ain't gonna be mixed with something else. It's from the 12 tribes of Israel. You get the point? You found it?
No, I'm looking for it right now.
Okay, let me see if I find it for you. I'm pretty sure I could pull that up right now.
Sorry, sir, if I could.
Please,
There's a question right on this this verse,
Mhm.
and on the top of 9. And I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man can number of all nations. Now, is that saying that's not the 12,000? Is that the 1/3? Because no man could number.
Okay. Yes, and I wouldn't say the 1/3 is clothed in white though. The clothed in white is that 144,000. That's going to be a government, a ruling government.
Okay.
The 1/3 is people who helped the priests. I mean, not necessarily be clothed. It's like coming out of Egypt. You had Moses, Joshua, Caleb, some of the brothers who worked with them and helped them. Then you had the others. Are they the same? It's not the same. You get, even though they come out with more, it's like that. These are people who done help the priest, help the Lord, but they're not in the military. They're not in the government. You get what I'm saying? But I understand. I fully understand your question, though. Hold on. Give me 2 Corinthians 11:2.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
For I am jealous over you with godly.
Give me verse 1. Start at verse 1.
2 Corinthians 11:1.
Mm-hmm.
Would to God ye could be would to God ye could bear with me a little in my folly,
Mm-hmm.
and indeed bear with me.
Mm-hmm. Meaning, like, okay, he's telling them, y'all indulge me for a little while. What I'm about to say, y'all gonna have to, you gotta bear with me for a little while. When he say indulge me in my folly, bear with me in my folly, in a little folly. It's not so saying he's doing something, folly. He's just saying what are you about to say here is not just, a class. He's gonna put you on some game, right? Go ahead.
Verse 2. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy.
Mm-hmm.
For I have espoused you. I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Christ.
Mm-hmm. So that would be a precept for the robes of white, like a chaste virgin to Christ. He espoused you to this you serving this God and this King. The whole parable with the bride, the bridegroom, and the wedding is from this. You get the point? They all go together, and it's always talking about Israel. Bear with me. Let me find this black girl in China here. God damn, they have a ton of videos with these Hamites down there. I see why Barack couldn't find this shit.
If I could.
Mm-hmm.
When I went over to China, and I had to.
Oh shit, you was in China?
God
damn. How come you don't look like Su Young? Yeah,
my father wasn't in China.
Listen, that's it. Go ahead.
So when I went over there, I had to wait for the people who was coming to pick me up, and as I'm waiting there, I'm on my phone just trying to get in contact with my contact, my point of contacts, and I see this Moabite man just walk up, like on my peripheral. He just walk up to me, and then he just stands in front of me,
and he's looking,
looks me up and down, like straight up, like, and then he spit on the ground, and then walked away. And then that's when I looked up, and then as he was walking, he like, yeah, I'm looking at you, and what?
Yeah, he
Alright.
trying to make sure you understand that, nigga, you in China.
Concert, yeah.
You in China, and down here we'll whoop your ass. That's what he trying to tell you. He trying to make you feel uncomfortable. But once again, they have a very homogeneous society. Can't find the thing in bro. I really cannot find the video now. There's a ton of them with these Hamites down there. I mean, being black in China. Look up that. Look up being black in China.
I see 120-minute video that says what it's like being black in China in 2021. But it's a 20-minute video.
Nah. This they have like this one is exclusive to this girl. Hold on. Checking the DC chat. Matter, y'all just put yeah, that's it. Black Chinese girl, China idol. So what a master, yeah.
It's like a 2-minute video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is it.
Yeah, that's the one right there, brother. That's the one right there.
Okay.
The one at the top.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? And if you could play it, if there's audio, if you're able to play the audio. If not, I could do it from here. Mm-hmm. I could do it from here, if it's taking too long, I don't need to move on. It's already up?
Yeah.
No sweat. You don't know if the audio is playing.
Yeah, I'm about to check the YouTube on my phone.
Okay, if you're able to hear the video that's playing, just put a 1 in. Right? But this girl here, she is a sister. She would more than likely be a so-called Judite.
She look just like a sister.
Brother, she a weave on. You see her there? That's a wig or a weave. That's a I don't think that's a lace front, but that's something. That ain't her real hair. Right, and this is her baby pictures. You know what I mean? Look at her. Look at this girl here. Just pause it right there. Pause it right there. Well, maybe before, where she's in the red and white thing with the pink. Brother, if you take the volume off of that, you will not know that that's, she's, a Moabite-ish. You would not know she's speaking Chinese. You would think this is a sister from, I don't know, what she look like. That look like, Texas. That had a Texas look on it. I don't know. What do y'all say? I don't think that's I can't say that's DC. Which one you have? What you have up now? Okay, yeah. She looked like a sister from anywhere America.
Right.
Anywhere America. Just talking. But when she start talking, it's Chinese coming out. Go ahead.
So could you play the video? I just checked that I don't hear audio on there.
You don't hear the audio? No sweat.
Just take the screen by view.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it here now. Hold on.
Oh god.
Right, but y'all get my point, right?
Oh,
hopefully this didn't take too long.
that's my.
Chinese so well? I'd say because I'm Chinese. Felt out of place. Sometimes people on the street would ask me, why
No,
do you
that's her talking. I mean,
sometimes people
that's her talking.
rarely felt out of place. Sometimes
That's
people
her voice. And she sounds straight up like, like a Chinese person, but she's not Chinese. That's, more than likely a Judite.
on the street would ask me, why do you speak Chinese so well?
And
I'd
they're
say,
asking her why you speak it so well, and what she say?
because I'm Chinese.
Out of all nations. We will come out of all nations. Right. She thinks she a Chinese. Right. She right now, she think Buddha is God and sake is the best drink in the world. Until somebody, you're an Israelite, you're a Jew.
Right.
You get the point? We'll come out of all nations.
Right.
When Lo Jing stepped into the national spotlight on a Chinese reality show called Go Oriental Angel, she got attention not necessarily because of her talent. but because of how she looked. Hosts fondly called her Chocolate Girl and Black Pearl. The Chinese media fixated on her skin color. Angry netizens vented online, saying she never should have been born and telling her to get out of China, sparking a bitter debate about race. In many respects, China can be considered a very homogenous society. More than 90% of the population is Han Chinese. So people who look different stand out. At first, I cried a lot, she says. Then I got angry, and finally, I just started to ignore it. Lo Jing's background became national gossip. Show producers convinced her mom to appear on air.
The curses, right? In cursing the city, cursing in the country, wherever you go, these curses will what? Pursue thee and overtake thee. Go ahead.
It's like, if I could, I know since the Chinese culture prefer to have boys, they have they have more men than they have women.
Mm-hmm.
So much so that that whenever they're going to course or find a wife, there is so much competition that you have to be at a certain status, and you have to present this to the female family in order to get chosen. You have to have X amount of education, X amount of background, and then they're not even considering this one when there's such a shortage.
I'm glad they ain't considering her. Shit, she might see this video and call the school and say, "Which one of you soldiers coming down here to rescue me from the great grand dragon tiger?" You know what I mean? I'm glad they ain't choosing her. And once again, and that's just a sidebar, that's proof the Lord know what he doing. Where normally women should outnumber men. So now there's greater onus on a woman to present something because she needs to get chosen. But now when men outnumber women, she's the rarity. And now what? I had to line up and prove, what? I don't know. Get the point?
The most private details of their life becoming painfully public. Lo Jing didn't ask me about her dad until she was 16, she told the audience. I cried, and she never asked me again. But as the show went on, so...
That's to show you evil ass monsters are. That's what I want to go into tonight. You bitches. She said the girl never asked her about her father until she was 16.
Right.
You never told her about her father
Right.
until she was 16.
Right.
I want to know what she was telling her for 16 years.
Right.
16 years, she ain't got no daddy. The cartoon nigga got a daddy. Them anime shows, the Pokemon nigga, he got a father. She ain't got no daddy.
Right.
But woman again.
so
Everybody
did Lo
hates Chris.
Jing, listening to Beyonce, her favorite artist, hanging out with...
She in China, but her favorite artist is Beyonce.
Right.
She all the way in in the Nihao province, but she part of the beehive all the way over there. All the way over there. She's a little bee in the beehive, all the way over there, because out of all nations, the Lord's people will come, speaking different languages of different tongues and kindred. You get the point?
And so did Lo Jing, listening to Beyonce, her favorite artist, hanging out with classmates and going to school.
Look how she dressed, Doc. Look how everybody else dressed. Everybody else looked like they come out of a concentration camp. She got the high
But as the
boots,
show went on,
the puffy
so
coat.
did Lo Jing,
She looking,
listening to Beyonce,
she looking as
her
fly as
favorite
an
artist,
Israelite could look.
hanging out with classmates.
Like you could tell,
and
okay,
going
yeah,
to school.
that's a sister coming out there. That's
Artist,
you see what I'm
hanging
talking
out with
about, right?
classmates and going to
Like
school.
that's Eve, Ak. That's Eve coming right there, and that's just it. If anybody ever
I
asks
was so
about
angry, says her drama teacher,
we call
but
this
she
thing,
said she wasn't letting these things
Ruth
get to her
being
heart.
the more Moabitish woman, you could show them that. Yeah, I mean that would be a proof. You get me?
You step outside to the door. Step up to the door.
All right, next. That was it, Bakwash?
So
Yeah, go ahead.
can you use Acts 2 and 5 for a precept for this?
Let me hear you.
And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven.
Mm-hmm. Read it one more time.
Acts chapter 2, verse 5.
And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven.
Yes. Yes. You could use that. That's a direct precept for you. Bukwash, Revelation 7 and 9. Right? Jews, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, what verse was this?
That's like Acts 2 and 5.
Bear with me one. Right, and of course, once you're done here, then you could go to the Apocrypha, because you don't prove it here in the New Testament. This, the one in Acts, them two, you're good to go. The one in the Apocrypha, give it to me.
About the seal, sir?
Not the seal. The great multitude. And a man stood. Give me 2nd Ezra chapter 2 and verse 42.
Second Ezra chapter 2, verse 42. I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns.
Right, so Bukwash, that would be a proof that the multitude is the 144,000, because he set crowns on their head. Right, go ahead.
He set crowns and was more exalted, which I marvel at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of God. Now they are crowned and receive palms.
Same thing how they had the palms in Revelation. Go ahead.
Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of God, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord.
That's a good precept. Anytime, you starting to, I don't want to say struggle, because I don't like that word struggle. I think it's an excuse. Anytime you're starting to forget, that's really what it is. You done forgotten, so now you're struggling. These are them that stood stiffly. Read that part again. He said, then I began to commend, greatly commend. Go ahead.
Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord.
What does that mean? To stand so stiffly for the name of the Lord.
Like when they're rooted and can't be moved.
They can't be moved. They can't be. Describe it another way. You're right, though.
So would it be like hard-headed in the truth?
I'll take that. Anybody else? Go ahead.
Rigid.
Rigid, as opposed to being what? Swayed by what? Precept. Give me it. That's how you'll bring it home. Precept. Swayed by what? Come on. Who have it?
Could you use like trying to find it. It's like the precept with the parable of the sower.
There's one more direct. Come on. 3 seconds.
Spoil,
2.
At least any man spoil you with philosophy or vain deceit.
You close. Not that one though. 1. In Ephesians 4 and 14.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 14. That we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro.
These are them that take off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal. We are no longer children, tossed to and fro. tossed over here and tossed back over here, swaying in the wind. Go ahead.
And carried about with every wind of doctrine.
Every wind of doctrine. That's people in the world. And people in the world, they come to the camp. Yeah, I know that. You know, I used to be a Moor. And then somehow, I used to be a Muslim. Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, well, I believe in the Bible. Yeah, the rest of it, they just tossed because they don't stand stiffly for something. They ain't, as you say, hard-headed in the truth. They're not that. It's too extreme for them. It's too extreme. But those people who he saw on that mountain, those are them that stood stiffly for the truth. This is what it is, and that's that. There's no compromising that thing. You understand? We're not that. We're not purple. We don't tell people, you know, go hide and send me money. I don't understand that shit. Like who is that's your genie? That got to be some kind of magic trick. Like, yeah, go ahead and hide. Just send me the cash. Nigga, I would much rather have you at camp. I would much rather you come out the closet and stop hiding. Hint, hint, pun intended. I'm meant to call you a faggot. That's what I'm meant to call you. The homosexuals don't hide. But he telling them go hide to say they're the real Jews? Imagine that. Imagine the homos don't hide no more. They coming out the closet ark. They go into the kindergarten school naked and full of rainbows. And you telling a grown-ass man who find out he's a real Jew and excited to do it in secret? What else is your faggot purple ass doing in secret? Huh? Nasty Nate with the tranny in Arizona? You think we forgot? Huh? Go ahead.
Just like you're saying, they're doing stuff out in the open. The whole scandal of Balenciaga and Adidas, how they're doing child pornography and all this other stuff. It's out in the open. They were advertising this stuff.
Brother, don't nobody hide about nothing no more. There's that day is gone. There was a day where, you know, the mafia people hiding, you know, the Albanians hiding, the Arab hiding. Now everybody's just out, you know, this is who I am and you gotta accept me. But you gonna tell somebody go and hide. You don't stand stiffly for the Lord. And you don't want a brother to get a crown? Like, come on now. You telling him go hide? Shit. Listen, I have a fault. I try to force forces on everybody's head and get checked for it after. I'm shocked. Why you care about this nigga so much? You get the point? These are them that stood stiffly for the Lord, so you could go there after. But if it's a Christian battling you on that particular verse, I would stay right there and just grind him into who is this? Who is Judah? Who is this? Who is Ephraim? Where are they? You get the point? As a nation, our people identify themselves with the flag. Right? Issachar with the La Raza, the Viva La Raza with the flag. Everything is the flag. Jamaicans, forget about it with that flag. Guyanese, the flag. Ephraim, the flag. They Boricua. Are those Compoyo? They identify with that nation. And out of that, you're going to get Joseph. You get the point? Out of that, you're going to get, you know, the Benjamites. Out of that, you're going to get Asher. You're going to get this one. You're going to get that one. That's what that scripture is talking about. This is not an all-inclusive. You get the point? This is not. And tell the Christian this too. Is everybody invited to your Thanksgiving dinner? Do they open the door for everybody to come in? Do they?
No.
If you show up, what they say? And then they say, wait right there. Hey, anybody know this Bama? Hey, call Vincent. He always hanging out with the strays. Hey, Vince, go by the door. See if that's one of your boys. No, I don't know that nigga. Oh, nah, man. Listen, we can't let you in. I don't know you. Right. So if you could reject people, why God have to accept everybody? You better than God? Right. These Christians are dumb. But that's where I would go and run it down with them, all right? Go ahed. That was it?
The concert.
Okay, no sweat.
I do have another question if I could. It's a scripture in Revelations 9:4, and it's talking about don't hurt the tree or any green thing. It's talking about Israel. Is that a I'm not gonna say that, but is that similar to when we were in Egypt
and Egypt got the plagues, and we weren't harmed by that.
No, don't go that deep with it. Once again, be simple. Any green thing is referring to something with life that grows. Think the Valley of Dry Bones, and now they're living again. Just think how you are when you come into the truth.
Right.
You get new life. You don't walk heavy no more. You ain't, you want to tell everybody about the truth. You have youth again. Just think like that. Like the green thing is talking about those in the truth. It's saying the green thing because it's like young and like green grass or young, Even when they talk about Christ, they say he was a tender root that grew out of, when they're comparing him to Nazareth. They say, could anything grow good out of Nazareth? And he came forth as a young, tender plant. That's in the Bible. It's comparing that this thing has life, right? I understand what you're saying with Egypt. I wouldn't go that far. I would just break it down right there, right? You good to go? Okay. Anything else?
I had a question that was on top.
Go ahead.
I just want a quick breakdown on the Lucifer in the Bible. There's a refresher on it. I believe it's in Isaiah 14:12. Still got the scripture right first. This is in general breakdown of Lucifer.
Mm-hmm.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
Right. I got you. And what was the question?
Just giving the breakdown of who and who Lucifer was in the Bible.
Okay. You ready for Chicago? No sweat. Hey, Bukwash, do me a favor. Hand me that is the black extension cord right there?
No, it's right here.
Could it reach? It don't have to reach all the way, but just to plug it don't have to get all the way. You need it?
No.
You sure?
No.
All right, no sweat. That's all right, Doc. Just give me it. So what?
I think it might be plugged into one that's not working.
No, it is.
It's good.
Just YouTube. Just YouTube. All right. Okay, so you in Isaiah 14, right?
14 to 14.
Okay. All right, no sweat. Okay, let's go.
Come. The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?
Right. Okay, so Lucky, read verse 4.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 4. That thou shalt
No, Salakia, hold on. Not verse 4. Yeah, verse 4.
Verse 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased.
All right. So now this what you're reading here is a proverb against the king of Babylon. Right? This golden city, and it calls him the what?
Still like the king of Babylon, the oppressor.
It calls him the oppressor. This is a proverb against the oppressor, a prophecy against the oppressor, a statement against the oppressor, the king of Babylon. Who is Babylon? America. Right. The king of Babylon, right? So that's where your mind is now. So we're talking about who? A man. All right, now let's get verse 12.
Verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
Right. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Right. Who is Lucifer? You know, look up Where you had to look up for that? Okay, I'm not sure which context you're gonna find it, but Lucifer is the name of an actual star, right? So when they say how hast thou fallen from heaven, or Lucifer, this is talking about somebody. It's a metaphor, or it's written to give you the vision of somebody who is idolized and here and has fallen from their position. You get the point? Fallen from their position. Go ahead. O son of the morning.
Son of the morning.
Mm-hmm.
How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nation?
Right. O Lucifer, like a star. I believe it's, look it up and see. Go ahead, Kazak.
Go, sir. In the Hebrew, it's I'm not sure I'm saying it right. Halayah, whatever. It means light bearer or shining one, morning star, sir.
Right, the morning star, light bearer, shining one. Go ahead.
So in verse 4, the person that that the scripture is referring to, their name is not Lucifer. Is this a comparison?
Okay, we call him Lucifer, like we say he's a beast. That's it. Like you say, hey, damn, he a beast.
But it's not a particular man, like
no, it's not a particular. It's not Damien Omen. You get the point? But it is a man. You right? Go ahead.
So would it be like a spirit of the spirit of Lucifer?
No, we'll get it. It's not a spirit. Don't think anything spiritual. This is real, actual flesh and blood. Go ahead.
So like too, which also brings me to another part of the question. So the man and the oppressor, that connects to this being the devil that the Bible speaks of now.
That's where we going.
But does Lucifer, the term Lucifer, have any connection to how Christians try to say Lucifer is this devil with horns?
In short, Lucifer is the white man. In short, I'm getting the breakdown now to prove it. But in short, okay, Lucifer is the oppressor. That's the best way to put it. Because somebody will say, you say the white man, you're racist. Lucifer is the oppressor. How do I know? This is a proverb against the king of Babylon, the oppressor. He is the oppressor. And what is the state of the oppressor? High up, like a star, shining everywhere. He is the Egyptian and Moses. He's the last samurai. He's the Martian. He is RoboCop. He's Superman. He is Rabbit in 8 Mile. He is, like, just think about every movie you've ever seen. He is that Captain America is the perfect one, brother. And that brother, I mean, he already got peace with being a slave. But that Anthony Mackie, he's a lackey to that Captain America for the whole show. The whole thing, Captain America is so great, and he's this, that, the other. And he's just second tier Captain America. Who is the star of the show? Who is the lead? Who is the star? Lucifer, son of the morning star. That's him, the oppressor, right? So read after son of the morning, meaning just think like firstborn. What happens in the morning? How you know it's morning? The sun rising. Think the firstborn of the morning, of that light. He's the first. And that's life. You turn on the TV, as the sun coming up, who on the TV telling you about the news? A white man, slack, yeah? The oppressor. The oppressor is right there first thing in the morning, in your face, telling you about it. You get the point? That's him. That's Lucifer. Right? Go ahead.
How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nation?
You say, how are you cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Right? That's who he is. This oppressor, he's the one high. A time is coming where he is going to be so low, you're going to wonder, damn, what happened to you? How did you fall? How did you fall down? How did you get so low? You was running it. You was doing everything. How this thing happen? And okay, to the oppressor, the average oppressor, they already feel it, because that's the we losing our country. You understand? We losing our country. In their spirit, Obama in the White House was damn near the end of America. It was the end of America. You see, like how black people were saying, I'm moving to China if Trump win. white people was livid over Obama being in the White House. That inauguration hurt. That when he was crying on stage, not crying, when he was on stage with his wife and his children, you know how much nig-nog monkey comments came out of? And these niggas in the White House, and you know, there goes the sheets and this, that, the other. You get the point? So go ahead, you was gonna say something?
Yes, like I said, what you said is so true. I remember when he got reelected. That was a semester in college, and I went to the college where Trump announced his presidency, Liberty in Lynchburg, Virginia. And I remember
Lynchburg. I don't know how a nigga feel safe even going there. I could hardly drive through West Virginia. I don't like that part where it's only them tall pine ass trees and there's no lights. If you're driving at night, the only lights in the road is your headlights. If you break down, brother, you just lock the doors and stay in that. I don't like that part. And welcome to Lynchburg. And something just feels like I should just get out, take my shoes off, and run like a slave. It just feels like that to me. Like I should have, we's getting out of here. That shit, bro.
Y'all always made fun of Virginia names of these cities. Like who named Manasses?
Okay, it's not pronounced Manasses, but I believe those names come from Native Indian chiefs. Chesapeake, Manassas, Potomac, Seattle. I believe those things come from Native Indian chiefs. So I'll forego, that part. But it's it's not Manasses. You don't give the LGBTQ an idea. Say, we need a city. Where should we go? Manasses. That sound about right. Go ahead,
I remember when he got reelected, and it was literally like 1950s America. It was whites versus blacks. And I remember when he got reelected, they called the election white girls, and I'm not even exaggerating. It was so surreal to me that it was like it was out of a movie. White girls was crying. The white boys was like in a group, like they like getting ready to lynch a nigga. And I remember that next the weekend came, and then that next day we found out that it was brothers being beat up by groups of white boys, and then we was talking to each other, and we was like, we gotta start going everywhere
in pairs
because these devils really feel like this is the end of their country.
That's how they feel.
Really felt it.
And it's not the end of the country, that happens. But what's coming to this place is going to be something they don't, they don't really like. Something I was watching this morning on the news too, where that same Governor Youngkin in Virginia, he's saying, he said this, not this morning, I guess he said it yesterday or the day before, but he said, we have accepted the fact that next year we're going into a recession. We already know it. We're planning for it. Now, for a governor of a state to just come out and say that shit, I don't think America really understands what's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, because of the TikTok and the Instagram, you're going to be scrolling and your stomach is going to be like, nigga, what's going on? What's up? Your light's going to be out. Go ahead.
Hey, Stocky, they damn near said that we're about to go into a depression.
Yeah, that's basically it. But they're trying to not panic anybody. So if they think Obama was the end of their kingdom, the Bible has something else for them, right? So keep reading, bro.
We in Isaiah 14:12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nation?
Right. So what is he saying with which didst weaken the nations, bro?
Meaning just been
he has been the oppressor.
Right.
It just said that in a couple of verses above. He is the oppressor. He weakened the nations. Precept, Job 9:24. Somebody pull it real quick. Also, another precept for this, Barack, with Lucifer, the son of the morning, is John 8:44. Somebody pull it. I'll pull it for me, all right? John 8:44. Real quick.
And the other one you just said was Job 9:20.
But another one, I'm trying to paraphrase it when it says you are the like the author of all mischief to Israel.
You could use that too, but I believe in context. I ain't sure if that was talking about a heathen.
Okay.
You have it?
Yes, sir. That's talking
Go
about
ahead.
Esau, sir. And if I may, sir.
Go ahead.
2 Maccabees, chapter 7, verse 31. And thou that hast been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews, shall not escape the hands of God.
You could use that too. You could use that, but okay. For the morning star, you want John 8 and 44. Right? Give me John 8 and 44. That would I have it? What about the other one? Anybody has that? Job 9 and 24?
I got it, sir.
Go ahead, read.
Job chapter 9, verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Mm-hmm.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
Mm-hmm.
If not, where and who is he?
Right? You want that, right? The earth is in his hands. He could oppress everybody. He covered the face of the judges thereof. And who does he cover the face of the judges with?
His own face.
His face, which is why he is the mornings, the son of the morning, O great Lucifer, the bright star. Give me 8 and 44. Go ahead.
Chapter 8, verse 44.
Let Dawuda grab it. Go ahead.
John chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father, the devil,
Mm-hmm.
and the lust of your father ye will do.
Mm-hmm.
He was a murderer from the beginning,
Right.
and abode not in the truth.
Right. And of course, Christ here is cursing on the Sadducees and Pharisees, saying, ye are of your father, the devil, meaning you follow this oppressor. Right. Christ is calling them the devil. That's a precept for Christ calling the white man the devil. Right. And he was a murderer from the beginning. Who was the first murderer? Cain, in the beginning, in Genesis, from the beginning. Go ahead. Please, go ahead.
And abode not in the truth.
And he abode not in the truth. That's why he's the devil, because he lies. Right? That's why he covered the faces of the judges. He lies. Right? Go ahead.
Because there is no truth in him.
Go ahead.
When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own.
And when he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, of himself. Everything he tells you is a lie. This devil is lying. Any more on that?
For he is a liar
Mm-hmm.
and the father of it.
He's a liar and the father of all lies. So, of course, the father of all lies is Lucifer, our oppressor. He's the devil, right? That's who Lucifer is in a nutshell, right?
Okay,
you want the other two?
That's the why. That's the why right there, sir.
No sweat. And of course, the other two verses, it tells you where he'll ascend above into the stars. He'll sit among the congregation in Israel. Verse 16 is what you really want, right? Read verse 16 for me to finish it off.
Job 8 and 16?
No, Isaiah 14.
Okay.
Where you was at?
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
They that see thee shall nearly look upon thee and consider thee, saying,
Mm-hmm.
Is this the man that made the earth to tremble?
Mm-hmm. Is this the who?
Is this the man that made the earth to tremble?
Is this the
man?
The what?
Man.
And did it say spirit?
Man.
Right? It's not a spirit. Lucifer is not a spirit. Lucifer is not a vibe. Lucifer is a
man.
Right? And that's what's going to happen once he's cut down, once he's brought low. Everybody going to look narrowly, look upon him. Narrowly means you squinting, you're looking like you see somebody you think you recognize, and you common sense would be to look. Right. With Israel, like if this should do something, I don't know. Maybe it do. But Israel is like, is that? Nah, that ain't him. You talk to your friend with your eyes open. Is that so and so? Go ahead.
Islam, sir. In conclusion, with the breakdown, every time I was breaking it down to somebody, I would always use 21 as well to show not even just a man; he was a whole people.
I just need them to know it's a man.
Come.
Right, that's the breakdown I got.
Come.
That's it. Just to go straight, well, this is a man. Go ahead.
It's stop, sir. So when it says that everyone is going to know, does this mean just literally like just us, or people want to know that this is the man that?
Say that part again.
Is it going to be just us that knows, or will it be like everyone will know?
Well, what does it say here? What did it say in verse 16? You have it?
Nah.
Okay. You got to keep up. You keep up with the where it is in the Bible. All right. I know he was in the restroom when they come out, find out where we are always. All right. Read it one more time for him, Barack, so he could hear it.
We're at the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 16. They that see thee shall nearly look upon thee and consider thee, saying.
Did it say Israelites will see him?
They.
Barack?
They that see thee.
So now they that see thee, everybody who could see him. Whoever would come upon him and see him would know, would be like, damn, I used to be scared of you, man. Shit. Now look at you. What's going on with you? You know, Israel is. Israel catch you down bad. Israel start, you know, tapping you in your head, surrounding you. What's going on with you, man? You good? You good, homie? You know what I mean? That's how it's gonna be. And that's also in Revelation where the kings of the earth will see from afar off the smoke from the oppressor. When Christ destroyed this place, it says the kings of the east will see the smoke from afar off and say, Babylon the Great has fallen. Right? So which is your same precept, the king of Babylon. Right? Lucifer is the oppressor. He is the white man. Right? He is and not this is not talking about every single devil or oppressor. This is talking about, you know, your power, the power structure. You got the point? We good to go?
That's it for me.
No sweat. Anything else? Any more online?
Nothing online. A lot of comments, but
no sweat. You could read some of the comments if you
okay, as far as the Nelson Pyre said racism, slavery, white Lucifer, SHIT. What this got to do with your religion, racist religion? How dare you nitpicking words and mashing them up to fill your pocket and misleading these angry supremacist brothers?
to fill your pockets. Listen, brother, if this job paid like you think it did, you know, I would be, I would be doing this shit from the, underneath the sea, brother, in a dome. I'd be doing a crazy ass class with submarines. You'd be seeing whales swimming behind me down in class. If this is to fill my pockets, maybe is that right?
I can't tell. It looked like you gotta
No, anyway, and anybody in any school in the UPK knows how we scrape and scrap and pull together to make this thing look glorious. What you really seeing and you thinking is wealth is the wealth Christ described of the real Jews in the Bible. This is not racism. This is just the truth. In the Bible it says, "I know thy tribulation, I know thy works, but thou art rich. You see my richness." The problem is, I don't. I don't see this wealth you talking about. Yeah, I mean, but I guess I must have it because you saying I'm filling my pockets, which means something that you seeing is giving you the impression that I got a Bentley outside. You get the point? That I got some, Rolls Royce somewhere. But that's what Christ said in the Bible. Thou art rich, right? What we're speaking here is the truth. It's not racism. It's the truth. You know what I mean? If I say, cows comes in red and black and white, that's not racist. That's just the truth. I'm telling you how cows are. If I say a lion is going to eat you, am I, being racist towards the lion? You are the oppressor, and the white man has a history of oppressing the earth. Who dropped bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Was it the Somalians, nigga? Was it, who else? Was it the Eritreans? Who shoved 6 million people in an oven in Buchenwald and starved all, Polish and German grandmothers from Israel, from Tel Aviv, in concentration camps and gas chambers? Who did that? Was that, the Mexicans did that shit? Shit. Who impoverished all them third world countries? Who went down in Australia and New Zealand and killed the Aborigine people? you want to say what I'm saying is racist, your people have a history of racism. What I'm saying is I'm just telling you about yourself. You don't like it. Right. You don't like it. If you don't like what I'm saying, cover up all the mirrors in your house then. Go ahead. Let's walk around like you remember that old cartoon with the Snow White? Y'all don't know about that shit. I tell them the age now. That's that original Snow White cartoon. There was a witch who talked to the mirror. Who's the fairest of them all? And the mirror said, "Bitch, not you." And she covered the mirror. That mirror couldn't talk no more. Go ahead. Who's Sluggy? You got the other? Go ahead.
I knew the oppressor just had some depraved ways, but I didn't realize it wasn't in my face. So actually, I went and visited Auschwitz, and they had different rooms for killing people differently. And they came up with some inventive ways to just kill people, and the total outcome of it was the whole gas chamber thing was for them to save money, save bullets for the war. So they came up with the gas chamber just for it to be more efficient to kill them.
I'm gonna go you one further. Where do you think they get the ideas from how to kill people? Anybody?
Stop me if I could. Didn't Hitler say he learned everything from America?
America doing what?
Right. The way they oppress black people and Indians.
Specifically the native people. Everything them, so-called Jewish man suffer in them chambers. They learned it and improved and upgraded those techniques from what America did to native Indian people. Now, I'm racist. And I bet he's German. I bet that fool who talking there is German. Y'all gonna know if I'm a prophet or not. Go ahead, Barack.
Yeah, a couple comments. This one's a question, slightly.
I bet he got some old name like Bastian Schweinsteiger, some old dumb name you can't even spell. I bet that's who he is. And the devil in him gonna make him come in. Oh, fuck you, nigga. Just now you're gonna see it come up on the screen. Go ahead, Barack.
Because he had more than one, if I'm correct. I believe he had more than one comment, but you have another question online / comment from Stejan Gardner. I thought Jesus and Christianity was bad. What's the difference between Israelites and Christianity?
That's very simple. Is this a brother?
Look like a devil to me.
What's his name?
Stejan Gardner.
That name sounds like an Israelite name. That name sounds like, his father's name was Stacy and his mother's name was John, and they said Stejan. That's what it sounds like to me. That's what the Israelites do. That's what we do. We do that shit. You know what I mean? So, okay, the difference is we actually do what the Bible says. Christians don't do what the Bible says. They just carry the Bible. Right? The difference between us is like it's like a brother who carrying a gun and he ain't gonna shoot. And then there's one who carrying a gun, and if he pull that shit out, spots. That's the difference. I think everybody could understand that, right? Don't carry that if you ain't gonna squeeze it. And that's what 21 say. Right? That's the difference. We actually carry this Bible and live our life according to what's in here. We dress according to what's in the Bible. We eat according to what's in the Bible. The woman we have sex with is what the Lord said to have sex with. You get the point? Christians will have sex with anything with a hole and too slow to run. That's the difference between us and them. Any more, Barack?
Got one more. Mike, no profile picture. Is West Africa Hamites? Because the Bible only talks about East Africa, Ethiopia. Is it the father side or the mom or both?
No sweat. Also make sure that number is up. Make sure that number is up. Y'all could call in too, all right? Where it would call? It would come in there?
Yes.
No sweat. Y'all could call in as well and ask your questions, all right? Bastian, the German, you call in, man. Let me find out who your father is. Find out he was some old Gestapo taking the role as they go into the damn gas chamber. Yeah, I mean. Finkelstein, is that you? You here? Yeah. Father's taking the role. Go ahead.
That just reminded me of my question I had. It's along the same lines. Because the four nations that's listed from Ham, who would the West Africans fall under out of those Hamite nations? Sir?
Okay, so the Hamite nations is Canaan. That's South Africans. Cush is east, right? Cush is like Somalia, Ethiopia, Sudan, Eritrea. What's the other one? Mogadishu. I believe all of them is Cush. No sweat. Who's the north? Put?
Put. Libya, sir.
And who's the other one? Who's he for?
Israel, Egypt.
It might be Put. It might be Put. Let me ask the general that part. It might be Put. Okay, because think of it like this. Like okay, you have Benjamin in the Caribbean islands,
right?
But you also have Benjamin in Canada strong,
right?
And in Guyana strong. So where they are is not really is the people.
Yeah,
so now because I know we described it, the south, the east, the north. You have to check and see which tribes they fall from under. I damn near want to believe that Nigerians is from them Philistines.
Okay.
I want to believe that whole western side because they built different. They're not the same as the east. Right. The Nigerian, Ivory Coast, Senegal, Ghana. Who else is over there? Togo, Benin, Burkina Faso. I believe them is like Philistines, but who Philistine fall under? You probably got to check that in the Bible. But let me find out. I gotta ask the general and see, exactly who he say it is, right? But they for sure Ham. I know you Ham. I don't know which branch of Ham, but whether you're the oink, the hoof, or the tail, you Ham, and you ain't coming up in here. You ain't Shem, right? Okay, so what's the question he asked, bro?
Is West Africa Hamites? Because the Bible only talks about East Africa, Ethiopia as Hamites. Is it the father side or the mom or both?
Yes, largely in the majority, 99.99%, those West African countries are Ham. They are not us, and it comes from the father side. The father carries the seed. That's in a ton of scriptures in the Old Testament, especially Numbers, Leviticus. The father carries the seed, puts the seed into the woman, and that child that comes out is that seed that was planted. So that's who would be the son, the children. The children would be whatever the father was, right? Those West African countries, they are Ham. They are not, more importantly, they're not Israel.
Right.
That's the more important way to describe it. They're not Israelites, all right? I know you're all fascinated by that ham tail and that Igbo thing and that old crazy-ass dance they be doing. I can't stand that shit. Y'all sisters, I know your Passover coming up. You're ready for that black party. Please, don't be in there doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I said, General, we can kick her out? Let's kick her out real quick. You know what I mean? Go ahead, up.
He responded saying, I think West are Israelites, brother. And then he responded after you said he texted at first. He responded saying, damn, my mom's West Africa and father is Barbados.
No sweat. Listen, I already knew when he said, I think they're Israelites. I knew where it was coming from. I already know your heart belongs to some heathen. Now, this is the thing. This is not personal, right? This is not personal, Barbados. You are your father's son. Right. You're not your mother's son. You're your father's son. Right. Your seed is from the seed of Benjamin, which is one of the 12 tribes of Israel. Your mother is a heathen. With that said, you love your mother with all your heart out. Right. You love her, take care of her in her old age. You don't disrespect her. Don't call her a heathen, unless, of course, she disrespecting you and your people. Then you let her have it. But you don't got to do all of that. You still come in the house and kiss your mother on the cheeks, brother. You still hug your mother. You still, you try to help your mother out in any way. That's your mother. She nursed you. She suckled you. She bore you for 9 months. She just comes from another nation of people that is not yours. And when the time comes, there's going to be separation. You get the point? So I understand the way you say, damn, it's definitely a heartbreak. And that's why the Lord does not want us having interracial marriages, which leads me straight into the topic. I hope this is the last one. The Lord doesn't want us to have interracial marriages for a number of reasons. There's a whole number of reasons for it. We're going to get. Give me Deuteronomy, where does that one? 7? Let's start at Deuteronomy 7. Let's start there. And this is a good question for the brother. The brother who asked the question, are you in Barbados right now? Because I'm trying to build a whole school down there. Right? So, Lakia, if you're in Barbados right now, let me know so I could plug you in so we could get this thing moving. Right? And no matter, even if you're not, we'll still work the whole thing out. All right. You just let me know if you're in there right now or what. And for sure, you sure your father is from Barbados? Are you absolutely sure? Right? What's a good Barbados question to ask him? Let me see if you know. I don't think about what. Father could be Burna Boy and Lion Shy. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. All right, give me Deuteronomy 7.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goes to possess it, and hath cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites and the
Girgashites,
and the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thee.
Right. Go ahead.
And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor shew mercy unto them.
All right. So now the Lord gave specific instructions for when we got sent into our land. Our land, Israel, was occupied by who? Come on. Specifically, Ham. Right? It was specifically Hamites. All these is Hamites, tribes, and people. These Jebusites and the Girgashites. Right? And he's saying when you go in there, prepare to utterly destroy them. The Lord going to deliver them to you. These are 7 nations greater and mightier than you. And it's the same thing today. It's just the reverse. Who are the Hamites that come over here? The Ethiopians, the Somalians, the Nigerians, Ghanaians, Senegalese. Right? They're all over here. And what are they doing to us? Destroying us. They fully destroy us. U Street in DC used to be a black buzzing business world, like nigger heaven. U Street is owned by the Ethiopians today, fully owned by them. That Adams Morgan, a ton of Ethiopians own them spots, own it. You get the point? And charging buku money for rent before all them high-rise buildings on New York Avenue and them different places around DC. You see these giant parking lots, 2 blocks of just parking spaces. You walk in there, and there's a man coming out in a little boot with a uniform, and he Ethiopian. And the Ethiopians had the monopoly on all the parking lots. Even the underground parking lots today in DC, the Ethiopians got it. Right? They come over here and they destroy us. They destroy us through the economy. Right? But the Lord was saying, when we go into our land, we had to destroy them and push them out. He doesn't want us with them. YAHANNA?
Mike responded saying, yeah, I was born here, father and mom here. She plays Shiloh a lot.
I bet she will. I bet she does. She play Benjamin music? Does she play Vibes Cartel and Bounty Killer and Brothers from the Caribbean? I bet not, because she's in touch with her people. But your father is a Benjamite, which makes you a Benjamite. You're an Israelite. You royalty. And if your mother is wise, she would treat you with respect and with royalty, knowing that the seed she carried was not Burna Boy. It's who Burna Boy wants to be. Right? The seed she carries is of royal bloodline. That's royalty she carried. And through your father's ignorance, she was fortunate to do it. But it should not have been so. You get the point? The Lord doesn't want that, because he doesn't want that child torn. He doesn't want that child torn. That child is going to grow up mentally and emotionally torn. It's a bad place to be because a child doesn't understand too much context. You leave children alone, they're going to play with each other. They're going to play with each other, whether it's white, East Indian, Arab, whatever. They're going to play. But the parent who's watching, when that Arab talk to the black child a certain way, that parent going to know why that Arab is talking like that. And when your child looks back at them like they know something wrong, but they're trying to play, you're going to know why your child doesn't, react like, who the hell are you talking to? Your child doesn't react like that because we children are slaves. And we sheep as a people. We're not, we're not the predator. We're the prey. And that's why every time we get disrespected, what's the first thing a Negro do? We get disrespected by these heathens. What is the first thing? Very first thing.
Salah, would it be who the fuck you talking to?
Before that.
What? You said what?
We don't even say nothing. We we get confused immediately. And then somebody has to raise you to say, who the fuck you talking to? And if you was raised to do what? Be the bigger man and walk away, you're going to walk away. Right. But the first thing is confusion as, what the hell is going on here? Because we're sheep. Right. We're sheep. We're not them. Yep. We're not them as a people. They, in their spirit, is raised to devour you. And in their spirit, without being raised, will just devour you. That's just them.
I was just telling the brothers that you completely right when you just paused at first. I was just telling the brothers that maybe like a week plus ago or something like that. Happened some months ago. I was walking into Walmart. These heathens, sometimes it's East Indian Walmart, sometimes it's Arab Walmart. It was an East Indian Walmart. And when they had opened up a lane, I went over to the lane. I had 2 cars that day. I was getting a lot of groceries. I had 2 cars that day. One car was already there. Had the other car.
He just conveniently slipped that in. He's like, I got 2. I think that devil was watching you. He think you got the wealth. 2 carts. I go and come back with 2 bags from 7-Eleven and make that shit stretch. Make that shit stretch, nigga. Go in there, cut that sandwich in half. Shit, pour the juice in a cup so the kids don't have juice. No, nigga. I think he watching you. You got the wealth. 2 carts? God damn it, Barack. I need to come shop with you. When you going? When next you go to the store? I need to come. I'll push the cart. I'll go ahead. Go ahead.
Top push one in there, and when I went to grab the second one, I turned around. This East Indian went around me and tried to put her stuff on. Now, somebody
try to cut you.
Yeah. She had like 1 or 2 items in her hand, right? So the register, the cash register dude, old East Indian dude, he tried to take her up. I said, what you doing? She said, he tried to speak for her. I'm going to take her first. She got less items. I said, no, you weren't. I said, my car was clearly here. The lady going bust out. So she like, so I can't go first. I said, not because you just walked in front of me. I said, I might have let you have it if you just asked.
Right.
Because I got 2 cars. You got one thing. She going to say, oh, he ain't nothing but a stupid Jew because I had the shield of David on. She said, you ain't nothing but a stupid Jew.
See, I just get confused. I'm like, God, what?
She said, she clear as day. She said, you ain't nothing but a stupid Jew with her little accent and whatnot. I paused because this for me it was like
you was expecting her to say stupid nigga.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So of course I paused and then I continued on. And then I got my groceries going first.
Listen, I can't go to the store and shit like that, brother. I probably would have threw her damn items across the damn.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't do it. I can't do that. You sisters, y'all continue going to the store for me. Thank you very much. But I do the mechanic, and that's about it. I could hardly do the Bangkok. I could hardly do that shit. But a store with people in line and niggas asking me the price and where the shit is, and then brother, I'll just do like Goku and blow up the whole goddamn store. I can't deal with the shit out. She cut in front of you, and then good night.
The dude started going back and forth with me, and then I'm like, listen, I'm not letting you go first.
But we racist according to Finkelstein. We racist. Right. You know what I mean? Anyway, so this is why the Lord, come on, time to roll, no sweat up. This is why the Lord wants us separate. So that's what we're going to read now, all right? Go ahead. Salaki, go on. Go ahead.
Okay, the book of Judges.
Hold on. Let me finish off that first, brother. Let me finish off this here first. All right. Go ahead. Verse 3. Bro, just take look. Go ahead. No sweat.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Read it again.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Read it one more time.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
What the Lord said when we came into a land that was filled with heathens. This is not just for Africans, but in this case, the Hamites was in our land. We were supposed to push them out, and we were supposed to make no deals or covenants with them. Neither
shalt thou make marriages with them.
We wasn't supposed to marry them. Go ahead.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son.
Right? Our daughters, we ain't supposed to give them to his son. Michelle Obama should have never married Barack Obama. Right. That's the real crux of the matter. Right. She is thy daughter and he is his son. Right. She should have never married that Hamite. You have to shut up the drive safer. Right? She should have never married that Hamite. That was forbidden by the Lord. Go ahead.
Nor his daughter shall take unto thy son. For thy will...
Just somebody take up the guard, all right? Or you could stand and watch him outside on his way back. I ain't sure how far. You could stand right there in the gap. You ain't had to go nowhere. Or just keep the door open and stand on the door. Go ahead.
Neither shalt thou take marriages with them.
Mm-hmm.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give.
You know how the walkie-talkies? They're not up?
No, sir.
Okay, make sure you get them up by them next week, all right? Okay. Go ahead.
Thy daughter shall not give unto his son.
Read that a little louder. You went down low. Give me it nice and loud, please.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son.
Mm-hmm.
Nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Right? Nor his daughter will you take unto your son. You understand? Right. You ain't supposed to take his daughter to your son, which in this case, brother, that would be your mother. Your mother would be his daughter, and thy son would be your father. That was never supposed to happen. It did. It did because we have been enslaved, right? West Africans actually rounded us up and helped sell us to the oppressor, right? Your mother, she probably depends on the generation she is. If she's a younger African or older African, she might well know that you are a real Jew and you don't know it. Her people do know it. Them Ghanaians, Senegal, them Nigerians, they know who the real Jews are. Most of them Africans know who the real Jews are. It's just we don't know it. We was never supposed to marry with them. Why? This is why. Keep going.
For they will turn away thy son from following me.
Right? That's what happens, brother. Marriage is a very strong thing because of it's so intimate. It's so intimate. It's damn near the highest level of intimacy between two people that you can have, which is that sexual bond. When that happens, brother, because of who we are, the Lord knows we are young children on the playground. And what do young children on the playground want to be like on the playground? Young children go to the playground. Who do they, what, I already give it to you. What do they aspire to be? Thank you. Give her a hand. They aspire to be the bigger children on the playground. Right. Who are the bigger children? The other nations. Because Israel came, later down. And they always talk about it. Y'all ain't got no history. We got 25 dynasties, and the Egyptian dynasty goes back thousands. Where's your bones? And we are a young nation compared to y'all. We the little child on the block, on the playground. And those type of children always want to be the bigger, more established ones. And the Lord said, if you marry these others, that woman you marry, when she done sit down on you, brother, and start to talk about, Amun Ra or Assalamu Alaikum, you is abandoning the Passover to go to Mecca. You is leaving, Shalom to say Assalamu Alaikum. You is abandoning you abandon your people for some white girl. Ask Kanye West. When he get on, he asked for a white girl. He sang it. Listen, he a prophet. He prophesied on himself. You know what I mean? Get on, go ahead, get on. He said when he get on, he leave your ass for a white girl, and that's what he did. He left a solid girl who was with him from damn near day one for a white woman who everybody had, otherwise known as a hoe. Make sure and get that going through. Otherwise known as a whore. Get the point? That's why the Lord doesn't want us to marry these people. There's some interview where Kanye saying how he made a post, I believe, on Twitter of a screenshot of a conversation he had with his trainer. His trainer is some Jewish man, I forget the name, some funny name. Come to find out, his trainer is some ex-Canadian military person who specializes in all kind of psyops and, you know, real underhand shit. And the trainer tell him, stop doing all this crazy shit and saying all the shit he's saying, or else I'll have you institutionalized again. Right. And we're gonna drug you so much you're gonna be a zombie. Right. Let's see what your play dates look like then. Right. Meaning he gonna do whatever, pull whatever strings, give whatever report. So they'll come and, you know, what is called them things, section him or commit him. Meaning they come get you. If the report is bad enough from a reputable person, they come get you and they put you in the madhouse act and they'll evaluate you and shit. Based on a call, they'll just shoot all kind of drugs into you and you won't be yourself no more. So imagine now he's threatening this brother's kids because Kanye done showed them his weakness. He says kids is everything. He's threatening, you know, this man, grown-ass man, treating him like a child. Right. Say your punishment is going to be severe, and Kanye post the text message. And you know, this trainer came out and did not deny the shit. He ain't even, I mean, I'll give him that. He a ballsy ass devil. He said, yeah, I sent it to him. That's what happens when you marry a heathen. Them 4 kids, that bitch getting, excuse my language, she getting $200,000 from him. And the other 2 is $100,000 each child. I think she has to pay the other 2. Well, not paid, but really it's coming out of her pocket. Right. That $400,000 could have go to some sister, man. And since when it take $100,000 to raise a child? Yeah, goddamn, we've been doing it with nothing. With nothing. Come on now.
I was going to ask, is this each month?
Say again?
That was each month?
Yes, it's child support. Oh, you thought it was a year? Listen, I feel it. I feel it. Listen, I feel it, brother. I feel it. Listen, you could bullshit that wrong if you want, but it's truth. I'm not. Listen, she had to be in here. How the brother said she had to have a picture of Commander YAHANNA. I know she could get close to him. She might be all right. But y'all could try your hands with these damn hookers out here in the world on the internet. I ain't doing that shit. You ain't getting me, brother. You know, sir. You ain't getting me at all. I'll buy a suitcase this big. Go ahead.
Look, I gotta give a shout to my mother when I see it, because these women is out here, women with child support. And my mama had to tell me one day that we were poor. She ain't never take my father.
Give her a hand. Give her a hand. Shout out to all you sisters who will not put a brother on child support, no matter if he left you for another woman, younger, whatever, cussed you out. No matter if he went and had $1 billion company, you decided to handle that shit yourself. Shout out to you. You are the hoes. You are bitches. You are the scallywags. Child support should be a federal offense. There's a child, that's kidnapping. You're keeping a man's children from him, driving them across state lines, and then putting him in a position where he has to pay money to see his own children. Them kids is not yours, ho. They don't belong to you. Right. If they belong to you, go ahead and make another one without the man. They're his kids. He gave you them for 9 months. He gave you a loan, and he came back and collected it after. Them kids ain't yours. Them kids belong to that man. They're his seed. That's why. How do you know the kids belong to the man? Now, yeah, be real black for this one. Only black people understand this. This is a TikTok moment. This is the Instagram moment. Y'all get ready. Y'all get ready. How you know that the kids belong to the man? Come on.
Because you go to the man for everything.
No.
I was always say you look just like your father. You act just like your father.
Ain't you flat?
That's how you know. And she hates your foot. Yeah. I can't stand your face. It's just like your father. because you his child.
Right.
You know what I mean? She don't look at you and be like, damn, you look just like me. I hate you. No. That's his children. That's his children. And to somebody on the outside, they could see the father in the eyes and they could see the mother in somewhere else. The child don't look like any one person totally, but to her, that child is his. You get the point? That child is his. Don't be simple and think, well, he just looked like the daddy. It ain't like that. It's like you are a Redskins fan. I hate you because you're a Cowboy fan. That's just it. You just wear blue. That's it. You belong to them. You get the point? Right. That's really what it is. You know in your spirit that child belongs to that man. Right. And that's why you keep the child from him. Half of y'all, honestly, don't even want the baby. Your life will be easier without that baby. Yep. Half of you want to go to the club. You want to just, go ask Casey Anthony. You know who Casey Anthony is? Go look up. Or tell him about it, because tell him about the gun line, boss.
Sir, Casey Anthony was the white woman who lied and said that her daughter was missing when really her and her boyfriend murdered her child.
So she could do what?
So she could go be free.
To party. She specifically wanted to get rid of the child. I think it was for spring break or some shit. To go party. Yep. It was a big ass case. Go ahead.
Hey, Salaki, sir, did she get off? She get off this murder?
I think she got off.
Good night.
I think she got off. They lacked a ton of evidence, but once they started investigating, they realized she was lying about the baby missing. And it was, I think the evidence led back to the baby was last seen with her and the boyfriend. But they didn't have enough, and she got off, brother. All her pictures before the trial was the typical white girls gone wild picture with her tongue out the mouth, the blonde hair, half naked. Right. Brother, she walked in the courtroom looking like a librarian. A white shirt, glasses, hair dyed black, no makeup, looking like this was a Mormon ark. She got off. Half of y'all don't even want the child. You're yelling and screaming at the child all goddamn day long. You don't want the child. The child asking for something. Why don't you ask your daddy for it? Why don't just get the brother the child? Yeah. He paying for it anyway. Right. Why don't you just set up visitation? You can go home. Right. Exactly. Just go home in peace, girl. Right. Just go. You don't have to, you don't have to, but you want to keep the child to hurt him because that's his children. It's the same thing with that Kim Kardashian. She's keeping them children to hurt him because she knows it's going to cripple this brother. Right. You know what I mean? Thank the Lord for the truth, brother, where one of the first lessons I learned in the truth was them kids. Salaki. The first lessons I learned in the truth. She play any kind of game of chicken with me. Yeah. I'm driving straight through that damn car. Bitch. You play chicken with me. I'm taking off the seatbelt and I'm driving straight through that damn car. I'm not negotiating with you over nothing. You start negotiating with a hoe, brother. You're done. Precept. Come on, I want it though. I need it. All right. Did the brother reply, Barack?
Do not have a reply back.
No sweat. The brother there with the Nigerian mother and the father from Barbados. Please reply. Let me know where you what city you in America. Let me put you in touch with a school. But I definitely want the Barbados plug. Hell, I want the plug. I ain't gonna run off. Anybody have a precept?
He responded and said, "Okay, sir, truth."
No sweat. What city you in, brother? Anybody have a precept yet?
So could you use Ecclesiastes 9:6? Or
2, verse 2 first, 2, okay. And then 6. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 2. Give not thy soul unto a woman
to set her foot upon thy substance.
Right? Give not thy soul unto a woman to set your foot upon her, who will set her foot upon your substance. Right? There's the what's the other one I want? Give not thyself over to a light woman. Right? That's what Ecclesiastes 36 or something.
In the story of
No, give me these. Give me these. These ones is the straightforward ones, right? Give not thyself over to a light woman.
Ecclesiastes 7:26.
Read it for me.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 26.
Mhm.
Hast thou a wife after thy mind?
Mm-hmm.
Forsake her not, but give not thyself over to a light woman.
Right? If you have a wife after your mind, forsake her not, meaning don't abandon her. And that could happen because why? These holes are exciting. You know, like hang on with one of these holes out. They're full of energy, brother. They got, you know, that gorilla. Shit. Everybody loves gorilla with her what she say with my ratchet ass friends. Bro, them hoes got energy, brother. They ain't wholesome and in the house making, you know, oatmeal and, you know, keeping the place, you know, tidy for you. They got energy. And that could be attractive to anybody. You get the point? That level of, you know, vibe and spirit could be attractive to anybody. And not to say a sister who is wholesome can't have that energy level, but not like that though. That's different. That's different. You get the point? That's why the anthem F-R-E, that all the girls were singing it. Why? Because she's a hoe.
Right.
I'm calling it as it is, and y'all could take your chances out there, brother. I'm trying to help you all out. I'm trying to help you all out. Believe you me, I'm trying to help you. Out there, brother, it's garden tools. You go in the Home Depot, there's no fork, there's no shovel, there's no, you know, there's the garden hose, and then there's the hoe. That's all they got. That's all that's out there. And Kanye West is proof of it. Whatever he's going through now is because he married a hoe. He married a hoe, and not just a hoe from another nation, which the Lord specifically said don't do. Right. You understand? It's one thing to marry a loose woman. Right. There's another thing to marry a heathen and she's loose. You in bad shape. Go ahead, Alex.
Speaking of heathens, Ryan Hensley said hate speech. MLK would be rolling over in his grave.
Well, MLK loved white women. Right. You better go listen to the you better go listen to the Watergate tapes of him having sex with not one white woman, not two, but about 3 of these hoes are talking about I'm effing you for God tonight. And I ain't a nigga tonight. You better go listen to them Watergate tapes with him chasing some hoe naked down the Watergate hotel hallway. Nigga, rolling in his grave. Shit, he probably put in his will, bury me on top of white woman. So when I rot and decay, I will just fall right into her. Martin Luther King would be rolling in his grave. Shit. I'll go dig up his grave right now if I could. Nigga, that man, throw him out the damn, yeah. Get out of this. This ground is for holy people. Right? Give me verse 6 or 7.
Ecclesiastes, chapter 9.
Whichever one it is the one.
Verse 6. Give not thy soul unto harlots, that thou lose not thine inheritance.
So how would you lose the inheritance if you give your soul to a harlot? What is the inheritance?
Your children.
That too. That could be one.
What belongs to you?
What belongs to you? That's a basic way to start it.
Right.
The things that belong to you. And from there, you could go with your children, your riches, land, and your culture. Which is what the Lord wants. He wants you to have your culture. Right. But a whore like Kim Kardashian, she will cause you to lose who you are to be with her. Right. She will cause you to lose who you are. Right. What's a case in point with that? Now I want that one you're talking about. What's the precept you're just going to pull? No sweat. Give me Judges. Right? Give me Judges. Did the brother respond at all after that?
No.
Right, you can't give your soul to a light woman. You can't marry a heathen, right? And Kanye West is reaping the benefits of marrying a heathen. That's all it is. Tiger Woods had lost his inheritance. Why? Because that broad has his children, took a ton of his money, And soon as that thing came out, it's down there like his career dipped. But he was so, I mean, light years ahead of everybody. Even out of form, he was just better than everybody. But his career took a huge nosedive. The Lord down there nearly killed him in a car accident. Then he took his leg. You get the point? Like, there's punishments that come from these things. O.J. Simpson. I mean, he was hurts, nigga. He was running through the airport, you know, with the thing and the hoods and jumping over the turnstile. And he was Mr. Hurts. The Juice, Orenthal, married a white girl. Had a sister. I mean, a bad sister too. You're a baller. Shit, them bros coming to you. You know what I mean? Shit, you ain't got to go to them. They're rushing you on the line of scrimmage. Yeah, they bad sister had kids with the sister and left that sister for a white waitress, not a white lawyer. Like them niggas ain't even aiming high. Right. You know, some of these brothers is marrying some white influencer who is a hoe, an internet hoe. Some Instagram, she's an influencer. That's a career. How an influencer is a career? Nigga, you ain't go to school for that shit. You ain't got no degree for that. No, influencer could be a career if I could go to LinkedIn and apply to be an influencer. Right. But other than that, you just hoeing on the new highway. The old school hoeing was on the highway physically. You standing at the red light. You remember that song? Red light. You standing at the red light. But now you standing on the internet highway, the information highway, where you could hoe. You could stay in, Calabasas, California, and hoe in Bangladesh. You could hoe in, Vietnam from there. It's just hoeing. And because of that, you're going to lose a whole ton. O.J. Simpson, Tiger Woods, the list goes on and on. It goes on and on. That RG3, you remember RG3? Right? He won a Heisman, right? Yeah, you see, you don't even remember that now. But what do you remember him for?
When he came in for his white girlfriend.
His white girlfriend. But you'll remember, brother, out of college, that nigga was the top draft. He was the top dude. He won a Heisman. Nigga winning that Heisman, and not a Heisman where people say he didn't deserve it. White people were saying this nigga was that bad. Right. And he came in with his white girl, divorce the white girl, go marry another one. Get rid of that white girl, go marry another one. Right. The Lord said, you know what? I'll take them knees. He said, give me that. In the middle of a game. The knees, he went this way, the knees went that way, like the Migos. And that's that. He done. He's punished. Right. But that's what happens, brother. You lose everything. You go marry these heathens. Right? That Dave Chappelle. Wife is a heathen. You get the point? The list goes on and on. Go ahead.
I would say I remember because he lost such a Super Bowl.
I wouldn't say he lost the Super Bowl. DC is just a cursed city for these sports, bro. The Lord don't want Negroes in DC winning nothing. You know why? Because they won't listen to the Israelite school of UPK. I'm telling you straight up and down. DC is one hard-headed ass city. Right. And that's why I see DC camps. Y'all be like, damn, why y'all got to be so aggressive? Why you got to speak so loud? Because DC is a hard-headed nigga child that don't goddamn listen. Yeah. Right. Don't listen. Right. So when I come in the house, ain't no snacks, daddy. What did you bring for me, daddy? Ain't that? What did you do? And start unbuckling the belt. You mad every time we show up because you're a bad child. That's why you're losing the Super Bowl. Y'all ain't gonna see another goddamn Super Bowl until y'all come up in this truth. Y'all come up in the truth, yeah. Then listen, shit. Y'all think I'm just talking shit. I'm trying to tell you. Y'all come up and fill up these chairs in here. Y'all gonna have a season of seasons. Right. You're going to have a ridiculous ass season. Right. No DC team ever doing shit. Right. Except that damn hockey team. And I ain't even trust that damn puck. I think it's a marvel, a magnet underneath the ice, moving the shit everywhere. You know what I mean? Ain't no way them white boys that good. Go ahead.
Online, that stage young daughter, that is a brother's full of concern.
I told you that. I told you that. I was making fun of his name, but I just, you could just tell with the name, that's Israel.
Said earlier that he divorced the Mexican. He had never married her, and then he said, "How do I find the right woman that is Israelite?" No sweat.
FYI, Mexicans are the so-called Mexicans are the tribe of Issachar. Right. Mexicans are Israelites. I don't know what you mean by a divorcer, but you know, whatever you did in the past, brother, don't hold yourself accountable for it too tough. You didn't know better, right? A Mexican is the 12 tribes of Israel, right? What you want to do to find a Israelite sister, a wife, what you want to do is you want to find the Israelite school of UPK that's closest to you. We have cities all over, we have schools in cities all over the nation and all over the world. You want to find the closest school to you, put on all black and go and sit in that chair for 90 days and listen to everything that priest tell you to do and learn. And after that 90 days, that priest is going to give you your name. Right. Now, if you do your 90 days, you know, some brothers do their 90 days like it's, you know, hard labor, like it's breaking bricks. Come up in here all dragging, and I understand, brother. You're going to get your 90 days, no problem. You're going to troop for a while. Then some brothers come up in here like they want more. They want more, and that's just it. They want more. That Akkad, brother, Akkad used to come up in here in all black and walk from the train station in a black flight suit with a staff, shorter staff than what we have here, painted in black with the names in Hebrew from Adam to Noah to Shem to Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Judah, and then his father's name all the way down to his, going around the staff, because that's in the Bible. That's the pole that you would have to show who your father is. Right. He had a all black flight suit, you know, them pilot suit, the whole jumpsuit, and across the back he had in Hebrew the Our Father prayer, and his name on the front. He used to wear them big knee pads, like what the mechanics wear, and the tall boots, and walk from the train station every day and come to the school as a trooper in all black. As soon as he get that name, brother, that officer test came right after, because I'm not wasting no time with you as a trooper no more. You looking like you want some work. You're gonna get some goddamn work, and you see who he is now. Give him a hand. You get the point? And some brothers will come in here like that. And brother, as you come in here and you start working, what usually happens, young brother? These sisters see you. They see your work. They see your zeal. And a woman is way more carnal than a man. And I say that with the most, compliments in my mind. A woman is very carnal. She's not entirely spiritual like what a man would have the capacity for. She is way more carnal. That's why she cries so easily. That's why she could be mad with you and you come in with a gift, or you pull her in close and her whole mood change. She's very responsive to physical stimulation. So now when she see you on that mic blazing and cutting people and getting boot kisses, I'm telling you a secret. She wants you to do that in the bed. She don't want to marry John. It's damn near like when you walk in the room, you have to come in there with the boots and the fringes, and that shit is just going to take her back to that video when she get that first chill down her spine. And you're going to have to be that. They want Moses in the bed. That's what I was told. That wise general done told me. He said, Meshach, you can't be, don't be Meshach like you chilling at. You got to be Moses up in that bed. You gotta be Moses in the house. You gotta walk in there like it's camp. You gotta yell precepts and shit. And she that's what she wants. She wants that because that's what she's seeing, and she's a physical being. She's way more carnal than you. And brother, what she'll do is she'll come in here, brother, and put on a dress and shut her mouth and don't tell nobody nothing. And get her name and get her 6 months. And on the first minute, the 60 seconds after she make her 6 months, she gonna call her camp leader and say, I want him. And he says, what are you talking about? This, you sure? Yes, I've been watching him. And she gonna pull the whole record, how she been watching everything, and she wants you, and she is going to request you. Now let me just blow your mind, brother. It's about 10 of them doing the same thing. That's what you don't know. You're talking about find a wife. The Lord gonna send you 10. He gonna send them to you. You're not even gonna be looking for them. You're gonna get a call. Yeah, this is she's asking for you, brother. This is here, I don't know. And then you're just gonna get it, brother. And you're gonna have you're gonna be able to choose a woman who will never ever whore on you, never shame you, never disrespect you. She surely ain't gonna do you like what Kim Kardashian doing Kanye West. You know what I mean? Like, imagine you married to a woman and you could go on the internet and see her having sex with another man. Yikes. Imagine you seen that tape and she making noises she ain't never make with you. You gotta hear a man saying, I hit it, I hit it, I hit it. My man make a song about having sex with your woman. That's what you get if you want to go get one of these broads in the world. Me, I don't have my shame bucket broke a long time ago. Every man has a container full of shame. A container for shame to go in. And some men could take it. Some men, the shame bucket is empty and they could get it filled up with embarrassment. My own broke a long time ago. I can't take that shit. Go ahead, woman. Go ahead and hold. I don't need you no more. I just can't do it. If I even think about it, you just somebody else to me. I can't. What? Who? Where? No. So if you want one, brother, I suggest you find the Israelite school or UPK closest to you and you get up in that class, brother, and escape these plagues, brother. You know what I mean? What city is he in?
Did it say?
Right. Just type the city you're in, brother. I'll help you find it out. All right. Give me Judges real quick, please.
And that Mike responded to my bill saying, nah, brother, vibes them, man, not get flipped. No get flipped.
See, yeah, that's what she ain't playing Vibes Cartel, but she will play Shayo. Because finally, she has something to be proud about. Because she's not you. You are not her people. You get the point? And she knows it, but it sounds like she's been a good mother to you. So what you want to do is be a good son to her, right? I'm going to give you the precept for that too in a second. Give me Judges. What do I want? Chapter 2. Give me Samson. Samson's in Judges, right?
Yep, cover.
Give me Judges 14:1. Let's start there. Judges 14:1. Then what's the other one? Give me Genesis with Jacob and Esau. Give me after the two were born in Genesis. And then I want Leviticus 26 and 26. I believe that's what I need. And then we're done. All right. Where we at?
Come.
Judges 14.
Mm-hmm.
Judges chapter 14, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And Samson went down to Timnah.
Right. So everybody know who Samson was, right? Samson was a famous what? What tribe was he from? Young man Matthew? Dawada? La. Shupat? He was from the tribe of Dan. He was a famous Danite. All right. And he was known for what? Him taking that Levitical vow, or not him, but really his father taking that Levitical vow, Nazarite vow, where no razor would touch his head and no wine would touch his lips. I believe there's some more to it, right? Or that's it?
That and not knowing the woman.
He would not have sex with nobody, right? And with that, the Lord, not saying that anybody who takes the Nazarite vow will get that blessing from the Lord, but the Lord chose him and gave him a blessing. Right. And that blessing was immense physical strength. Immense physical strength. Esau liked to portray Samson as this big, gigantic ass nigga. Right. There ain't no proof of that in the Bible. They don't tell you his stature. But what they do tell you is this nigga was super strong. And the proof of that is today you watch that NFL, you have some short little running backs like that Marshawn Lynch. Yeah, he's not the biggest man. He's not. He's not the biggest dude. There's dudes way bigger than him. I think he top out at what, 5'9" maybe? Yeah, so he's not the biggest person. But he'll run through the wall though. He'll run through the wall so good. They're amazed by him. Like Samson, who had immense physical strength, right? And was skilled and just had power and wisdom from the Lord, right? So now he's a grown man. And this is what he decided he need, every man reaches this stage in his life, right? Go ahead.
And saw a woman in Timnah of the daughters of the Philistines.
Mm-hmm.
And he came up and told his father and his mother and said, I have seen a woman in Timnah.
Right, so Lucky, let me just read this right here. Hold on. Right, his mother was initially barren, right? And they prayed to the Lord to conceive a son. And she bare a son, right? Said, now therefore beware, I pray thee, and drink not wine nor strong drink, and eat not any unclean thing. For lo, thou shalt conceive and bear a son, and no razor shall come on his head, for the child shall be a Nazarite unto God from the womb, right? Because you could take that vow later on in life, but his own was from the womb. So the parents had to start the fast from the strong drink and everything else. And he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistines, which was the Africans. That's who Goliath came from. He was a Philistine. So like I told you, I think them is the damn Nigerians in my book. I could see it. I could see them niggas being the Philistines, right? So, and the Philistines was what? Oppressing Israel. They've been oppressing, the Hamites been oppressing us since we took the land, Israel. Since we ran them out the land, they've been trying to come back and sit over the top of us and oppress us. One of them Hamite kings, their son raped our sister, Dinah. She was a sister among the 12 brothers. Raped her and decided to take her for a wife, because that's how they take a wife. These heathens, they'll just go force the woman and have sex with her. And it's so much part of their culture that the woman don't even complain no more. They just take it, and now they belong to that person or that thing. You get the point? That's not our culture, though. So now Samson, this is how he was. No razor would touch his head, no wine would touch his lips. All right, go ahead. 14. Whoever was reading. Read from 14 and 1. Barack, just pick it up for me, please.
We had the book of Judges, chapter 14, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
And Samson went down to Timnath and saw a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines.
So he went down to Timnath, wherever that city is, and he saw this woman who was the daughter of the Philistines, some Hamite woman, right? I hear you, brothers. I understand. You're like them Hamites, right? You're like, was he one who sang the song Tins? The Tins. I thought she was some skinny girl. She got a little meat on her. I see why y'all think she is Israelite. I saw her walking and say, that's like, damn, I thought she was some old skinny broad. But I listen. At first glance, I might think she's a sister, but once how are you today?
Yeah.
It's on a cough like Idris. Who brought this up in here? Get away from me. Get behind me, Hamite. Right? So Samson saw this Hamite and he got interested. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And he came up and told his father and his mother and said, I have seen a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines. Now therefore, get her for me to wife.
Right. Now, of course, the Hamites would normally just go take the girl and rape her. That's fine. That's what they do. That's in the Bible. That's what they did to Dinah. She went to a well every day. The prince liked her. He walked up to her and raped her, and then asked his father to go tell Jacob that, what should I pay now for her, because, I done took her for a wife. Right. That's what they did. That's how they do. Samson is not an African, so he tell his parents, I'm interested in this girl. Go try and sort that situation out for me. Right. You get the point? Go ahead.
Verse 3. Then his father and his mother said unto him, Is there never a woman among the daughters of thy brethren?
Say it again.
Is there never a woman among the daughters of thy brethren, or among all my people, that thou goest to take a wife of the uncircumcised Philistines?
Good night.
And
so listen, his mother took offense. His mother, that's his mother talking, right? That's correct. No, it said his father and his mother, right? Go ahead.
Is there never a woman among the daughters of thy brethren, or among all my people, that thou goest to take a wife of the uncircumcised Philistines? And Samson said unto his father, Get her for me, for she pleaseth me well.
Right.
Verse 4.
So now Samson, okay, what his parents is really saying to him here is, you should go get a person from your people.
Right.
Somebody you know, somebody who, culture you understand. Go get some arroz con pollo, like the brother who married his sister from Mexico. Right. Get Ephraimite and get some, rice and gandules. You get the point? Go get a Benjamin and get some of that damn curry goat and that, jerk chicken and that goat head soup. Why you want to go eat fufu? Nasty thing with your hand. You just sit down looking like you just have no kind of brought up. See, you just pulling things in plates. And who the hell eats like that, man? Like, why would you want to go do that shit?
Right. So did you see the video with like 5 hand mice and 1 bowl of soup, and they just kept all digging their hand in there eating?
I've seen a few of them, but down there all the same. They're just, just hands and just like, these should just look like. And brother, if she doing that in public, eating, when you go in that room, I don't know what the hell she doing. I don't even know what's under that thing. That shit, I don't know. Listen, whatever. That's your choice. Me myself, I like it when one of a little higher standard, a little higher caliber. Right. You get the point? I want somebody who Beyonce related to, not I don't know. Sometimes I might. You get the point? I want someone with good stock. Samson did not. He rejected the daughters of his brothers. Right. And the Bible says, give me Tobit right there while you have it. You know what I want in Tobit, right? Tobit 4. Real quick. Salakia, damn.
Tobit, chapter 4. Sorry, verse 1, sir.
No. Go straight to the meat of what I want. Hold on. If you can't find it, I'm going to tell you where I want. Tobit 4 and 13.
Oh, come. Tobit, chapter 4, verse 13. Now, therefore.
You should write that one down next to wherever Judges scripture is. You only want in Tobit. Just write it right next to the Judges. Mm-hmm.
Now, therefore, my son, love thy brethren and despise not in thy heart thy brethren.
Right? Love your brethren and despise not in your heart your brethren. Go ahead.
The sons and daughters of thy people, and not taking a wife of them.
And not taking a wife of them. When you don't take a wife of the daughters of your people, you really hate your people. That's it. You despise your people. Because she reminds you of them, and you don't want them. You want the great nation. You want to be part of. You want somebody from the great Ming dynasty. That's why the little slanty-eyed bastard in the damn grocery store who ringing up the thing. You look at her and you think she's attractive. Right. Get the point? You look at some Arab somewhere and you think she's attractive because her people is, the sultans and the sheiks. Right. You look at some African somewhere and think, this is a great civilized people. They have their own language and the land and they're strong and this and that. You don't want, Pookie's daughter. Right. You don't want Ray daughter. Yeah, she's a little hard-headed. She might have some ways, but you don't want her because you don't see nothing valuable in her people. Right. It's a real form of self-hatred once you really break the shit down. Go ahead.
No, so that's what you're saying. It's so heavy. I remember watching the interview, I can't find it, but Kanye, when he was first describing Kim Kardashian, he was talking about how he was so infatuated with her and her family, and like how she came from, her father was a lawyer, pretty much exactly what you just said, as if the Kardashians were some cultured people, and like he said he just always wanted to be a part of their family, and it's like you said, it's a sick self-hatred and inferior complex for anybody to go outside their race, and Kanye is the perfect example of that. I remember he specifically said he used to watch them, and he wanted to be a part of that family.
He used to watch them, and he said he used to Photoshop himself in the family picture before he had her. He used to Photoshop himself. Even there's a interview with him saying, "I'm ahead of my time. Did I not do what I say I was going to do? Did I not become the best rapper? Did I not become the most influential man? Did I not go get the girl I wanted and started my family?" Like, he thinks that's an achievement. And that's why he said, we ain't divorced, we gonna go to court together. Right. He would never give a sister that much energy. Right. And that much energy sometimes is needed. And it's very okay. I say that and take it with a grain of salt because sometimes you just need to walk away from the hole.
Right.
Most times. But in a situation where you all have a difference, you talk to the older generation, brother. People who've been married 60, 70 years. You tell them about the problem you having, and what do? They laugh and tell you, just work that shit out because they used to work.
Right.
It's work. You're gonna have to do something. But it's this generation, we don't have it in us to navigate and negotiate and compromise and take low, even though you know the other person is just full of shit. You gotta take low sometime. But the thing is, with him, Kanye West, he would never go to that extent for a sister. He went to, he made albums and put the broad in the music video, and he gave her a career, let her launch emojis and shit on his name. Why you couldn't do that for a sister? Because really, you despise the daughter of your people. You despise, the sons and daughters of your brothers, and because of that, now you're paying for it. And this is the kicker. Johnny Depp ain't paying shit. In fact, I think she paying him damages and child support. Yeah, because you's not him, nigga.
Right.
You have his woman though,
right,
but you is not him. Johnny Depp went to court, and in about 2 weeks, America was Johnny Depp fans, and saying how the girl was wrong. You have an issue with your woman, and she go have sex with a man that everybody knows. Take pictures with him, let him drive the car you bought, take pictures with your children, and nobody says nothing to defend you.
Right.
And everybody know that shit wrong.
Right.
And the nigga left her for somebody else. That shit didn't even last 3 months. That white boy who she had sex with left her with Kanye's children tattooed on his neck.
Right.
His name, the names of his kids. He tattooed the names of his kids, of Kanye's kids on his neck. That nigga had sex with him, with the mother, and left. Nobody's saying Kim Kardashian wrong.
Right.
Nobody's saying that Kardashian family need to stop. Look what they're doing to this brother. Look how much people they destroyed. OJ. That Lamar Odom. You remember he overdosed in a whole house somewhere in Vegas? Guess who he was with? That one who they say is OJ's daughter. That's who he was with at that time. Remember, she was the one who went in the hospital and talked to him. You know what I mean? And then when he came out, he had the jacket with the black image of Christ on the back with Revelations 13:1. You get the point? They stop destroying black men. Nobody's saying that about that family, though.
Right.
Nobody's saying it. They're just letting them pass because Kanye, you're a black man, a nigga who should follow these laws.
Right.
And just like Samson, you're losing everything.
Yep.
Go ahead.
That's all. That's it, sir.
No sweat. Where we at? Go ahead,
Salaki, for the precept for Kanye, would it be Mark 8:36 to 38?
What's it?
You gain everything, but you destroy your soul.
Yes, but that's not hitting home enough. The precept is what we're going through right here. He's going through this because he married a strange woman. That's why. And he married a whore, which is basically it. Because brothers marry sisters all the time and had to pay child support because she's a hoe.
Right.
That's just it. That's just it. Or she has a whore's forehead, which means what? She may not physically be a hoe, but spiritually up here, she is one.
Right.
And that's why she takes you to court and belittles you and embarrasses you and, put child support on you and don't let you see the kids and all that shit. You get the point? Where we at now? Finish off Tobit, please.
Tobit, chapter 4, verse 13. For in pride is destruction.
Say it again.
For in pride is destruction.
Did I not go and get the woman I wanted? You remember that's what he said? Right. Could you find the Salakia, 1 second. There's a brother in the chat named Brent Kent. I believe that's his name, right? Brent Kent. Okay, he wants his question answered. I don't know if he answered the question. But Brent, just I'm entertaining you for the purpose of trying to give you the truth so you could come up in here and do some work. Don't get simple. Ain't nobody running from your question. I have a topic I'm breaking down. This is a goddamn class like any other class, like any university class, any high school goddamn class. The teacher has a curriculum or a topic he prepared. I'm breaking down my topic. I could get to your question, But don't get simple with me, all right? Don't you ain't got to do all of that shit. I'm telling you straight up, right? You could go with them purple faggots, or go in the Christian church if you want to. Right. All right. Finish off 13 for me.
And much trouble, and in lewdness is decay, and great want. For lewdness is the mother of famine.
Right. In lewdness is decay and great want. And lewdness is the mother of famine. Is the mother of famine. Why? Lewdness is decay and great want. Lewdness is the mother of famine. Remember, it said, beware of all whoredoms. I'm going to break it down for time's sake. Lewdness is what? What's another word for lewdness? Real simple. Rude in context, but that's not the word I want.
Like bad sexual behavior, like lewd.
Give me a word. Give me a word for it. It's lust. Lewdness is lust. Right? Somebody who is behaving in a lewd way is behaving lustfully or inappropriately sexy. Right? In lewdness is what? Say it again.
In lewdness is much and trouble, and in lewdness is decay and great want. For lewdness is the mother of famine.
Right? Lewdness is decay and trouble and great want. As lewdness is the mother of all famine. Right. Lewdness is trouble and decay and great want, because it's lust. Right. It's decay because why? You had to satisfy your lust. So as you satisfying your lust, what are you not satisfying? Your responsibilities. Right. And as you satisfy your lust and you start to decay, what does it say? Lewdness is decay and what?
And great want.
And great want. Go ahead.
For lewdness is the mother of famine.
Right. And trouble. This slack here. Where's the one with trouble?
It's right above it, sir. For in pride is destruction and much trouble.
Okay, that's the pride, right? Lewdness is decay and great want. Right. And as you start satisfying the lust, what? What happens with the lust?
It keeps growing.
It never gets satisfied. Right. So now you are to sacrifice more responsibility to satisfy the lust, and that's where you have great want. Right. Great want. You have people who use you ever see them interviews with them brothers or sisters who use cocaine, and they say is the greatest pleasure they ever feel, and the reporters say, is it better than sex? And they say yes. They say that first high, they never feel it again. Right. But they're chasing that first high. But they never ever feel it. Your body's receptors is damaged at that point after that first blast. So you never get that stimulation again, but you remember it. Right. And you just you smoke up everything trying to get there, but you can't. Right. It's done. In lewdness is much decay, and it's the same thing with whores. Right. You can't, you have a problem. You into whores, you have a problem. Right. Kanye West, nigga have a problem. I guarantee you, he go see some psychologist, he come up in here and get counsel, you'll find out he has bad sexual problems, buying a ton of whores, you know what I mean? Forget it with the pornography. No. He has bad problems and he cannot stop. Right. So the Lord is stopping him now. And you understand? And he's in great decay and great want, right, and is the mother of famine. Nigga going through a famine right now. You hear him on TV the other night complaining he can't use his Apple Pay, that somehow Adidas done freeze all his funds. He say he can't even swipe with his phone no more. And then he say, I'm mad because if they could do this to me and I'm Kanye, what are they doing to you? Nigga, this is an Android, a Galaxy. I don't have Apple Pay. I still use cash. I got coins and dollars right now in my pocket. I go to the 7-Eleven and I roll out and I send somebody in the car for some coins. Right. Apple Pay. Right. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe they did that to me a long time ago before you. Right. Maybe they did that to all of us a long time ago. Maybe we were all frozen out, right, and you just catching up. Yeah. Don't call me Kanye, okay? Maybe you just late, yeah. Maybe now you catching hell now. Right. That ain't nothing to us. How much time you go to the store and they tell you your card decline? that never happened to nobody in here. Oh, you're wealthy. Listen. Shit, I damn near had to drive the car back and press park. All right, and pet it. I'll get gas. I'll put some gas in you tomorrow, baby. Don't worry about it. Put some gas in you tomorrow. It's okay. It's all right. I understand. Get the point? It happens to us because that's normal for us. This should happen to him one time.
Right.
Since he done been rich, and he has to go to TV and say they done freeze my Apple Pay. Oh, poor Kanye. Right. That happened because he lost. He can't survive. And remember, when he first divorced that whole, not divorce, but when the whole thing split, what did he do immediately? I'll tell you for time's sake, he went and found some Instagram model that looked just like Kim Kardashian. You remember that? And dress up in the same weird clothes and paraded her all over because he has a problem. Right. And every brother who's been with her has a problem. Right. That Ray J has a problem. That Nick Cannon brother, he has an issue. He has a type. Yeah. That Mariah Carey type, she's a sister. Mm-hmm. But he got her because that's the closest thing he could get to damn, the white woman. Yep. That's his season. Right. Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush was with Kim Kardashian. After they broke up, what did he do? Went and get a woman that looked exactly like her. Exactly like her. Because you can't satisfy the lust. And that's what happens when you take these heathens out. Right. These heathens will destroy you. What the other precept I want? Let me get Leviticus 26 and 26. Damn, I didn't want to run so long. Go ahead.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 26. And when I have broken the staff of your bread.
Right, Salakia. So now, just relating it back to Judges, Samson wanted a Hamite woman. His parents didn't want him to have that woman. Right. But because he had that woman, the Lord used it to help destroy the Philistines. The Lord used that whole situation. It destroyed Samson, but Samson destroyed the Philistines in the end. Right. When he realized he sinned against the Lord, and the Lord left him, he begged the Lord for strength one more time, and he was able to destroy the temple and kill a whole ton of people. But the Lord never wanted him to marry that damn girl. It's interracial marriages is against our custom. It's against our law. Right. No, you don't have to follow our laws. But if you want to, you would not. Now, you might be in a situation already where you have a heathen woman, or you a sister and you have a heathen man. That's something you did in the world. It's like a tattoo. You don't have to go get it removed. Just don't go get no more. That's that. You function in that marriage. Usually, sooner or later, that heathen leaves. Either the woman gonna get angry and leave, or the man gonna get angry and leave you, and you get counsel and you go through whatever season and get them a time to come back, and then you're free. But you don't have to. You can't divorce that person. You can't walk away from them if you're hearing this for the first time and you have some heathen in the house. You can't now be like, damn, I married a heathen. You're wrong. I'm leaving you. You can't do that. Right. You're married. No, divorce is a sin also. You can't go sin to cover your own sin. Right. You get the point? Give me what I want.
Leviticus chapter 26, verse 26.
Uh-huh.
And when I have broken the staff of your bread, 10 women shall bake your bread in one oven.
All right.
And they shall deliver you your bread again by weight, and ye shall eat and not be satisfied.
I say it one more time.
Verse 26. And when I have broken the staff of your bread, 10 women shall bake your bread in one oven, and they shall deliver you your bread again by weight,
right?
And ye shall eat and not be satisfied.
This here is what in the Bible? Child support. That's a child support. That's a curse in the Bible. Yeah. He'll break the staff of your bread. The staff meaning this tool that you would use to work and go make money. He's going to cause that to be broken. Right. And bread, just what you would eat. Right. We call it today that. Say I ain't got no bread. Right. And a white man here think you talking about loaves. we know you talking about you ain't got no cash. You ain't got no cheddar. Right. It's bread. He said, I'll break the staff of your bread. Right. I'll break this thing you use to get money. Go ahead.
10 women shall bake your bread in one oven.
10 women will bake your bread in one oven. Yikes. That oven is called what? Court. That's right. Court. Bitches putting cases on all you niggas. Go ahead.
And they shall deliver you your bread again by weight.
Mm-hmm.
And ye shall eat and not be satisfied.
And then when they bake your bread in that oven, they will deliver you your bread. Instead of what? You delivering the bread to them. They will deliver you your bread. And you're going to eat and you will not be satisfied. And this is how not satisfied looks like. Friday around 1. You look at that pay slip and you... Because you can't believe 40 hours turn into $45. You can't believe that. You trying to fathom, and you start asking your homies, man, do diapers cost that much? You start rationing it, but they don't took your bread. And you could eat, but you ain't gonna be satisfied with what you're eating. Because they don't took your bread. Child support is in the Bible. Kanye West got 200,000 coming out every month. Let's see how long that lasts. Ain't nobody buying Yeezys no more. The Yeezys is done, and it's because you married a strange woman. You should never marry a hoe. Right. All right, you should never marry a hoe. Any more questions in there? Or anything? Any statement the brother making? So I could grab this thing here for me.
Their response saying that he's from Indianapolis.
So what?
Again, that Stasion Gardner. Mm-hmm. He said from Indianapolis, and then he also asked a question: what Bible do I read?
No sweat. I'm gonna give you two numbers, Ark. Indianapolis and Minneapolis. That's the Midwest. I'm gonna give you. We had two solid brothers out there: Captain Kapash in Indianapolis and Kodash Zion in Minneapolis. All right. I'm gonna give you the numbers to the school. Barack, type this in. All right. The brother from Indianapolis, I.S.U.P.K. Indianapolis is 317-453-0519. That's Indianapolis. That's Indy, right? You have it. Call it back for me, Barack.
317-453-0519 for I.S.U.P.K. Indianapolis.
Okay, no sweat. And then for Minneapolis, where in Minneapolis are you? Are you in Minnesota? Did he say?
No, just said Minneapolis, sir.
Okay, hold on.
To Minnesota.
He's in Minnesota? No sweat.
He's in Minnesota.
All right, Minnesota. 651-502-6068. 651-502-6068. That's the school in Minnesota. You get them brothers a call, man. They'll cue you in. You can go to class, ask more questions. You could get educated live. The Bible we use is the King James Version Bible, 1611 with the Apocrypha. That's the closest translation to the Hebrew scrolls found. All right, y'all check it out. The brother from Barbados. Whenever you get in touch with that brother, in fact, I'll find out. Where's he from? Indianapolis.
Indianapolis, sir.
All right, the brother from Barbados. Once you call the school in Indianapolis, I'm gonna definitely find out. I'm interested in that Barbados link, brother. I'm trying to get down there in that Barbados. All right. No, there's a brother, Brent Kent. I don't think he typed his question in on the chat. Did he? Check on the Facebook. Is it in the Facebook?
I didn't see no Brent.
He asked Brent Kent. He asked, okay, he said, but I want my question answered because we will just be lost for the 100 years. I don't know what exactly he's talking about. That's why I say I asked him to type the question in here, but I don't think he understands it. Brent Kent, you have like a couple more minutes to type that question in on YouTube, or you could type it in this message board real quickly and I'll answer it because we right up on the time to end the class. All right, I'll give you two more minutes with it. So what for your beer with me, Akim? Right, give me Genesis 25 and 25 for the brother who has the heathen mother, right? The African. Jacob and Esau were twins, right? And they came from an Israelite father and an Israelite mother. Right. But one of the sons, the Lord separated from the womb. Grab it for me, Shaphat. Quickly.
Book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 25.
Mm-hmm.
And the verse came out red, all over like a hairy garment.
Go ahead.
And they called his name Esau.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel.
Mm-hmm.
And his name was called Jacob.
Right. And the Lord separated these from the womb. It says that when their mother would get belly pains while she carried them, and she would inquire of it with her husband, and her husband told her 2 nations are in her womb, 2 different manner of people. That's in verse 23. So there's 2 different nations that was born there, Jacob and Esau, the 12 tribes of Israel and the Edomites. Now skip me down to where and the boys grew up.
Verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents.
So now these 2 nations grew up. Right. These 2 men, who's the father of these nations, they grew up into men. Right. And Esau would hunt, and he was cunning, and he would go into the field. Jacob was a plain man. He chilling at home. He in the crib. Hey, where you at, man? I'm in the crib, man. All right, around the way. You ain't going too far. We're not like Esau. Pack all the children in an RV and go, touring across America. Right. We ain't, for what? We chilling. We on the ends. We around the block. We on the way. We in the crib. Right. We that plain man. But they are men. Which means what? Esau was nursed and was fed and was cared for so well. He became big and strong and cunning and could go out and hunt. Right. And he was a good hunter. He was known for hunting. Right. They didn't abandon him. They didn't abuse him. They didn't do nothing like that. His mother grew him up. And when it was time to make the separation, she made that separation. Right. She made sure Jacob got the blessing and Esau didn't. Right. So now, if Rebecca, who's an Israelite, not an Israelite, but of God's people, could nurse and care for Esau, you could care for your mother. Right. You could care for your mother. You have a heathen mother. She nursed you and raised you up into a strong man today. You care for your mother. You ain't got to go against her. You ain't got to, disrespect her unless she coming up against you. But you care for her, she care for you. She want to listen to Shiloh, it's on. You get the point, but just know that Burna Boy and your mother is not your people. Right. And your people are of royal blood. She is not, and that's just that. You ain't got to hate your mother. She can't come to no Passover. She can't come to the feast day. She can't come to a class, but you can. You could tell her how to live. You could tell her about not eating pork and shrimp and stuff like that. And some people even have heathen kids. You take care of them kids, man. Right. You might be a sister. You have a child by some heathen. You got to take care of that child. You got to just do it. And when that child get of age, the child would go on and do whatever else. Go ahead,
That's the same brother you're talking about in Barbados had asked earlier. Why you say I.S.U.P.K is only truth? I can't learn from other camps. Is that a sin?
It's not a sin, but you're gambling with your life, brother. Right. You're gambling with your life, right? That brother who asked the question, how many fathers do you have? I'll answer it for him. 1. Right. How many children does your father have? Many. The Bible has always been like that. There's always one person who is in charge at a time. Right. Moses did not have anybody else who could lead Israel out of captivity. Joshua didn't have anybody else after he took over from Moses. Mattathias, he was the only one at the time. Christ, even when Christ was on the scene teaching, there were other people teaching about him who did not roll with him. And we don't know their names, Zach. Right. We don't know who the hell they are, but we knew there was some fake damn group on the street teaching. There was another group of men called the Zealots. You all know about them? The Zealots was the men who would come down into the city at night and kill the Romans. And they was not with Christ. But there was a group, and they had a doctrine, and they knew, listen, yeah, that's this is wrong. What's going on? Christ said it was wrong too. But Christ didn't tell nobody go kill nobody. So if you want to go learn whatever it is, then, you know, that's fine. The Israelite School of UPK is the home of the truth. This is where it started. Every Israelite on the internet today, because I can't even say the street, you're online. You're not actually out in the field getting it in. You're not in the street. You're in outside. We are. And that's how it started. It started with the Israelite School of UPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, right? Since 1969. These groups who out there, they didn't have a man who got beat to death by the Muslims because he said Allah was a fake God and a rock, and you ain't no goddamn Arab. He told them Muslims that from the Nation of Islam under Farrakhan, and they beat him to death with pipes and bottles and bats in New Jersey. They don't have somebody like that, brother. They have some faggot who did not want to follow orders, who did not want to just have Israelite wives and wanted to marry white women and Chinese women and Italians. Anytime them Israelites like to talk about, yeah, these West Africans, they're Israelites. Why? Because you want some old Igbo, you want what's her name? Thames. You want to go get Thames. So now you had to change God's law so you could go have sex with somebody. They got checked in here sometime in the 80s or the 90s and decided to leave. But when I watched them old tapes, brother, there was no Israelite group on the street. There was UPK, and that was about it. You had some guy in Chicago, what's his name? Ben Amin, and you had Yahweh Ben Yahweh, who was cutting people's head off down in Florida. You know what I mean? And Ben Amin take people over there to Israel, and people was dying because he said the Bible said to come out of Babylon. He read that and decided to go somewhere over there and die. So he left a place where you wasn't dying, and you went over there and you died. You could go learn from them people if you want to, brother. Right now, tonight, you're learning from Commander John YAHANNA. Yeah, that's who you're learning from. He's in charge of this school, and he deserves the damn honor of it. That's who you're learning from in the Israelite School of UPK. Them other fake Israelites ain't teaching you that. You had a ton of questions up in here tonight. I'm assuming you was watching Israelite groups. Did they ever explain all that shit to you? No, they didn't. Right, UPK. Oh, Brent Kent, okay. You want the King James breakdown? I'm doing it next week. Next week, Wednesday, I'm going to do that King James breakdown for you. Full out 100. Just be in class at 7 p.m. The same link this is way past class time. I want to answer your question next week for sure. All right? So what for being in the class, though? I see you got some discipline. With that, I think we're done, right? We done. We passed the class over to Priest and Officer SHALAM.
I.S.U.P.K security announcements. I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. In the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means 10th in Hebrew, and it's pronounced ma'aishu. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you the Treasury Department of Teaching. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation, Feast of the Dedication, Hanukkah, 25th day of the 9th month, by the space of 8 days. Saturday the 17th, December 2022, for 8 days. First, you can find this in the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 52 through 61. Also, we have the I.S.U.P.K West Coast Cookout in Las Vegas, December 1st through the 4th. Thursday, Scripture Breakdown, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. One Rest Radio, 10 p.m. Friday, camp, 12 p.m. through 6 p.m. Post-camp meal party, 9 o'clock until. Saturday, I.S.U.P.K Cookout, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. After party and club, 8 p.m. SHALAM. Also, we have the the annual Passover.
April 1st, Raleigh, North Carolina. Right, stay tuned for more details. Let's get that.
Come, sir.
With that,
remind welcome to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headband, and scarf. And with that, I say I.M.I.K, which means to stand.
We're going to just do the Lord's Prayer for tonight.
Oh, God. Do the prayer first, sir.
Yeah, let's do it now. Let's just do the Lord's Prayer quickly.
Come. So, which means turn and face the east.
Let's go out. Prayer.
We're going to say the Lord's Prayer.
Brother, grab that football for me. Grab it for me.
We'll say the Lord's Prayer. Abba-no. Shabbat Shemayim.
Go ahead.
Abba-no. Shabbat Shemayim. Padash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakavka. Taba'ah. Batazayah. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'aratazah. Kawah. Hayah. Bashamayim. Lathandanah. Lakam. Kab. Yawam. Wasalak now. Kabawaf now. Kasalak now. Kabawaf now. Wala'ah. Tabahaya now. Banasaya one. Abol. Awashaya now. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. I will love you. Amen. In the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Psalms means a turn. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Madam Shabbat, I.M.I.K, Barak,
Yahweh Shem Yahushua Brakathum.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua Brakathum.
Yahanan, Shaw, which means the turn. Sisters, you may stand. I.M.I.K. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Madam Shabbat, I.M.I.K, Barak,
Yahweh Shema Alatham Ba'Shem Yahushua.
Go ahead, sis. I see it because Go ahead.
Salaki, sister, what you would say is Yahweh, Shema, Al, Atham, Ba'Shem, Yahushua. What's that? Y'all give me time? Class dismissed.